Absolutely gorgeous early October evening here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island for the Ivy League on ESPN. Centerville Bank Stadium, home of RIFC, hosting the Governor's Cup matchup between the Brown Bears and the Rhode Rams. And hello everybody and welcome to our broadcast on ESPN. Scott Cardisci alongside John Anderson. We're happy to have you with us for the matchup between the Bears and the Rams. Very historic game here tonight between these two programs.
First American football game to be played here between these two programs here in Rhode Island.
Absolutely, at a great venue. Looking forward to it tonight. And this is a matchup, two teams looking to pick up a win after road losses last week. Let's take a look at some of the key players to watch, and we'll focus on a pair of Rhode Islanders. First, for the visitors from Kingston, Rhode Island, the Rhode Rams, how about wide receiver Marquise Buchanan?
He's explosive, and the Brown Bears are going to have to really have their defense on top of him. Puts a lot of points up for them. He's got 30 receptions, 560 yards receiving. He is the real deal.
The product of Classical High School in Providence. And on the other side for the Brown Bears, another Rhode Islander. How about North Kingstown's Ty Pezza?
Ty Pezza is going to have to lead that wide receiver group today. A very good defensive backfield for URI. Ty is a senior, worked very, very hard. He's explosive himself. Had a great catch, as we see right here at Harvard last week, to bring us within 14-7. We're going to need him tonight.
And the captains for both teams coming out to center field for the opening coin toss, and we will find out who will get the football first to start this game. The Rhode Rams in their Rhode white jerseys with the blue numerals, the blue helmets, the Rhode blue Ram insignia, and the silver pants, and the Bears in the home brown jerseys with the white numerals, the brown helmets with the Bear logo on one side, and the School B on the other side, the white pants and the white and silver trim. There you see the captains for the Bears, James Murphy and John Perdue. Rhode Island is the visiting team, so they will call the coin toss. You see the matchup there. Rhodey's won the last 6 meetings in this series. This is the 109th meeting overall between these two programs. Brown leads the overall series 73-33-2, but again, Rhode Island has dominated this series as of late, winning the last 6. The last time the Bears won back in 2017 at Brown Stadium when they scored 21 unanswered in the third quarter to win that game. And there you see Governor Dan McKee as well as part of the ceremonial coin toss.
We know that it's going to be a tight game. Last year it was 31-21, but that game really turned its tail in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Bears have won the toss, and they have elected to defer, so Rhode will get the ball. But to your point, John, that game last year, 31-21, Rhode Island won it down at Meade Stadium in Kingston. And in that game, the Bears had a nice drive, started in the third quarter, moved into the early stages of the fourth quarter, and they were somewhere around the 35-yard line or thereabouts of Rhode Island on fourth down and short. They went for it. Looked like, from our vantage point in the press box, they picked up the first down. They did not get a friendly spot from the officials. And 2 plays later, the Rams were in the end zone, turning a 21-17 deficit into a 3-point lead, and the Rams would go on to win that game by 10.
They did, and, you know, the someone we haven't mentioned is, you know, the quarterback, Devin Farrell, one of the captains you just saw out there, number 7. He had 244 yards passing last year and 65 yards rushing. That was the highest rush that he had all season. So they're going to have to watch out for that quarterback.
Yeah, no doubt. Devin Farrell is a dual threat for the Rams. Bears bring their kickoff unit. There you see the Governor on the Brown sideline.
I like what the Governor's doing. He's got the brown hat on and the URI sweater.
That's right. And he plays it right down the middle. He'll spend one half on the Brown sideline, the other half on the Rhode sideline, and he will also join our very own Nick Coit at halftime as well. So we will hear from the Governor of the state of Rhode Island, Dan McKee, who was kind enough once again to host a press conference earlier this week at the Rhode Island State House promoting this football game here tonight. First ever American football game played at Centerville Bank Stadium here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Crabtree has the ball teed up at the 35-yard line, set to kick it deep to the Rams, and he gets his leg into it. This one end over end, and a fair catch is called for and bobbled at the 6-yard line, and that is where the Rams will take over. So a tough field position for the Rams to start this one after the fair catch called for, but bobbled. So they will start this drive at their own 6-yard line. Coming out onto the field, the Rhode Island offense led by the aforementioned Devin Farrell, the 6', 195-pound redshirt junior out of Stockbridge, Georgia, former Virginia Tech Hokie. On the season, completing 59% of his passes. There you see Farrell for 1,284 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Last week in a loss at Western Michigan, you saw his numbers there, 21 of 32 for 244 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Farrell motions his running back Littleton out of the backfield, and he's going to throw it on first down, and the pass complete across the middle to Greg Gaines III, and Gaines picks up a healthy 8.5 yards on the first down catch.
Nice conservative play right there by URI just to kind of get Farrell in the groove right there, and brings up a real 2nd and short.
It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Rams from their own 16-yard line. Farrell operates out of the pistol. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, wants to run it right, and he is going to be dropped in the backfield. Sacked on the play by Nevaeh Gaddis.
Gaddis does a nice job there of really playing disciplined football and staying back in his corner position. If you watch him, he doesn't bite, and then he comes right out and makes a great tackle.
Good job there by Gaddis, the senior from Graham, North Carolina. And now the Rams, who are in 2nd and short, now face 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 from inside their own 9-yard line. Farrell with 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Takes the snap, back to pass. Blitz is on. Farrell gets hit as he gets rid of it. It's intercepted. Archie picks it off, and he's going to be tackled around the 10-yard line of Rhode Island.
A little different for Brown this week. Last week, they were at the other end of a turnover, but a great job right there. You got to give that to the defensive line right there, putting pressure on Farrell. As you watch here, they're able to get up the field, the nice blitz inside, and he does a great job right there, Archie.
For Elias Archie, 2nd team All-Ivy a season ago. He had 1 pick last year for the Bears, and that is his first interception of the season this year. And the Brown offense with great field position. They will take over at the Rams 10, where it is 1st and goal to go. James Murphy, the quarterback, with Matt Childs, the tailback, standing to his left. On first down, gives it to Childs on the end around to the right, and Childs will take it down to the 6 for a gain of 4.
Childs does a nice job of just staying disciplined and runs his right up into that seam nicely right there. He is their go-to back, sophomore. Last year, a lot of accolades as a rookie.
2nd down, goal to go for the Bears at the Rhode Island 6-yard line. Murphy gives it to Childs again, running to the left, bouncing to the outside, into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Childs does a nice job of bouncing that one to the outside, but the Bears do what they're supposed to do here. They take a turnover and they turn it into 6 points early on here.
As you pointed out, John, almost the direct opposite of what happened to Brown last week up at Harvard, as James Murphy on the first play from scrimmage threw a pick 6, and the Crimson took an early 7-0 lead, and now the Bears are an extra point away from doing that here against Rhode Island. The point after attempt by Crabtree, who is 6 for 6 on PATs this season. Out of the hold of Malcolm Flynn. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 13-11 to go here in the opening quarter, and the Bears take the early 7-0 lead after the interception by Elias Archie. We'll take a timeout. You're watching the Ivy League on ESPN.
Welcome back to the 43rd Governor's Cup game between Brown and URI here in Pawtucket. It's great to be with you from the sidelines here tonight. I'm Nick Coit, and I'm here with Bruno, of course. Bruno happy right now with the Bears leading 7-0 over URI. Hey, isn't it cool to see American football being played here at Centerville Bank Stadium? This is the first American football game played here, the first time they've painted the lines here. Of course, we've seen football, professional soccer here all summer long. This place opened up in May for Rhode Island FC and its new home. Guys, there has been professional or semi-professional football played in the city of Pawtucket before, though. Back in 1966, a club called the Rhode Island Steelers played as part of the Atlantic Coast Football League. They were a minor league affiliate of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, yeah, there has been American football here before. That was actually played over at McCoy Stadium. Now we're seeing American football at the new crown jewel gem here of the city of Pawtucket, Centerville Bank Stadium. Guys?
All right, Nick, thank you. Nice return by Angel Sanchez, the grad student, former Bishop Hendricken product, as he takes it out around the 40-yard line. So much better field position for the Rams here to start drive number 2. Their first offensive drive started deep in their own territory, resulted in a turnover, and the Bears capitalized just a couple of plays later on the 6-yard touchdown run by Matt Childs. 7-0 Brown here, just under 2 minutes into this game.
Scott, we got to remember that URI is 4-1 here. They've had 5 games so far, so they're going to settle in here.
They are ranked 8th in one poll and 10th in the other in the FCS Top 25 college football rankings. Here's Farrell, pulls it, keeps it, runs it right, has some room, and takes it out across midfield, stepping out of bounds in Brown territory after a gain of about 10.5 yards, and good enough for a Rhode first down.
Little misdirection right there by Farrell. Nice little job that he reads it well, pulls it out. He's able to get up the field for a first down using his legs.
They're having an issue with the chains right now. I don't know if they got tangled up there on the far side of the field. So the officials call a quick timeout here just to get the chains untangled. And now I think they're all set. There you see the chain gang on the Rhode Island sideline. They're all set to go. 1st and 10 for the Rams. They have it in Bears territory at the 49-yard line of Brown. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And Farrell out of the shotgun. He's going to hand the ball off to his tailback, and running right is Antoine Littleton. And Littleton with a nice gain on first down. Picks up 5 to the 44-yard line. Littleton, the redshirt senior from Greenbelt, Maryland, also played at Temple in Maryland. He is the 4th leading rusher in the CAA, averaging 91 yards per game on the ground. He has 455 yards total coming into this game and a team-leading 5 touchdown runs. 2nd down and 5 for the Rams. They're at the Brown 44-yard line. They dump it off, and it is complete. Caught for a first down. Down inside the 40-yard line. The catch is made by Connor Feiner, the tight end.
Feiner does a nice job right there. Remember, the Rams came into the season ranked high in the CAA, and there's high expectations for their success this year in the CAA. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to Coach Jim Fleming. And he's done that, as you had mentioned, with a lot of, he's got some transfers, and he does have some Rhode Island players.
Yeah, he's got a strong Rhode Island presence on his roster. Littleton, the ball carrier, is going to take it inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line for a pickup of 4. Jim Fleming in his 12th season as head coach, and he led the Rams to the CAA championship and the NCAA playoffs last year in the FCS. They won a first-round game at home against Central Connecticut before losing on the road at Mercer. 2nd down and 6 from the 34-yard line of the Bears. Farrell out of the shotgun. He wants to pass. Looking left, firing left. Has a man wide open at the 20-yard line, and the catch is made by Marquise Buchanan, the local product out of Classical High School, just down the road in Providence, Rhode Island. He moves the chains for a Ram first down.
Brown's going to have to really tighten up there. Farrell looked great at Buchanan. He didn't look at anybody else, and Buchanan was wide open in the flat right there, and he's one of their #1 receivers. So Brown's going to have to respect that combination of Farrell to Buchanan.
1st and 10 for the Rams. Littleton, the ball carrier from the 20, muscles his way inside the 15-yard line. So a pickup of 5 yards on the first down carry for Littleton.
Nice tackle there by Sam Smith, number 58. big special teams player and starting linebacker for Brown.
Littleton gets it again, running to the right, cuts it up, and he picks up about 3 more down to the 12 to bring up a 3rd down and 2. Pat O'Neill, John Purdue in on the tackle for the Bears defense. And a 3rd down for the Rams, 3rd and 2 from the Brown 12-yard line.
Brown had a tough time last week on 3rd down against Harvard. Is an opportunity for this defense to get off the field in the red zone.
Buchanan up under center now, takes the snap, fakes it to Littleton, running to the left, wants to throw it. He lofts it to Buchanan, and it is incomplete. And they're going to get a late hit on Buchanan. So what would have been a 3rd down stop for the Bears defense instead appears to be an automatic 1st down if it's roughing the passer. Let's see.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 99.
It is indeed.
Automatic 1st down.
Our referee, Justin Ackley, making the call, roughing the passer on the Bears. So Dan Mulrooney's defense thought it had a stop, but instead it's an automatic 1st down, and they'll step it off half the distance to the goal. And it's down to the 6-yard line of Brown.
Defense is playing aggressive right there, and that's sometimes what can happen in an emotional game like this.
1st and goal to go for the Rams. Littleton to the left of Farrell in the backfield. Farrell's going to pass, looking for Buchanan, and it is caught. Touchdown, Rhode Island.
That was a nice throw by Farrell right there on the backside. He saw that the coverage was to the inside. He hesitated just a little bit and got it out to the outside, but obviously Farrell to Buchanan, he's been eyed on him, didn't even look anywhere else.
2nd leading receiver in the CAA, and his 4th touchdown catch of the season from Marquise Buchanan on the speed out. He beat Cap Davis, and the Rams are a point after away from tying this game at 7. Garth White 14 for 14 on point after attempts this season, and that one is up and good, and we are tied at 7. 9:26 to go here in the 1st quarter. Brown 7, Rhode Island 7. You're watching the Ivy League here on ESPN.
Getting to see Ivy League put on a national stage is just very, very cool to me.
I get to sit in a classroom with wrestlers who go compete at a national level, hockey players who are making it to championships. To watch them succeed, at a national level, it's pretty incredible.
I don't think I would be where I'm at if I went anywhere else. It's been really fun for me to just challenge myself and make it to those events and perform.
But now I think people are paying a lot more attention to what the Ivy League is capable of and putting some more respect on the league.
The Ivy League is going to be on the big stage more and more often, and I'm excited for that.
This weekend.
Dad, we have a problem.
Hey Michael, it's Ryan. We have a flood in the basement here.
At FW Web, we know people don't do business with companies. They do business with people.
I know it's Sunday.
Not a problem. Meet you at the store in half an hour.
For more than 150 years, we've built trust, relationships, and a reputation for having what you need when and where you need it. FW Web, we've got it.
Hey girl. Hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Good, thank you. I'm glad I ran into you. I'm looking to switch banks and I know you're with Bakehouse. How do you like it?
Bakehouse has everything I need. I just opened a free checking account. No monthly service fees, no transaction fees. It's great. So is the customer service. Staff members really take the time to understand my personal financial needs. The best part, Bakehouse treats you like family. Isn't that right, Penny?
Looks like I'm switching to Bakehouse Bank.
As we mentioned, the Rhode Rams, defending CAA champs, picked to repeat again this year, and they are currently ranked in the top 10 of both FCS polls. Number 8 in the stats performance, FCS top 25, 10th in the AFCA coaches poll. This is a very good football team. Their only loss coming last week when they stepped it up a level and played an FBS school on the road. They lost at Western Michigan 47-14.
And this team has learned how to win on the road and at home, and they've learned how to come back when they're down, and Coach Fleming has done a great job in terms of putting depth in his roster.
Yeah, and look at the how they settled down after that turnover that led to an early Brown touchdown. They mount a nice drive. Fair catch called for and made by Archie, and the Bears offense will take over on their own 25-yard line to start this drive. 7-7 the score, and we are not even midway through the opening quarter. The Governor's Cup between Brown and the University of Rhode Island. Here you see the Ram defense.
What an exciting night here, though, as we earlier could see the Seekonk River, because that's where Centerville Bank Stadium sits on. And as we look out, we can see the boats with the dark, and over here at the boat ramps. And exciting for Rhode Island football.
First down, Murphy's going to hand the ball off to the tailback up the middle. Didn't catch a number. Looks like it was Childs. It was Childs. And he picks up 3 yards out to the 28-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down and 7. Childs, that was his first touchdown run of the season. The 6-yard TD that put the Bears up 7-0. He also has 1 receiving touchdown this year. Give it again to Childs, and this time the Ram defense all over him. Case Mankins, the son of former Patriot offensive lineman Logan Mankins, makes the tackle.
Nice tackle by Mankins right there as he gets off his block and comes off. You know, an ex-Patriot.
Case was one of the few Ram players that showed up at the State House earlier this week for the Governor's Cup press conference. And I talked to him. I said, boy, I loved watching your dad. Lifelong Patriots fan. His dad was a tough son of a gun. Now he runs a farm up at their home in Attleboro, Massachusetts. 3rd down and 7. Murphy to pass. Blitz gets rid of it. Has a man. It is complete to Najai Rahman. And Najai Rahman's going to be stopped just shy of the first down. Tackled at the 34-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 1. And right now, Perry keeping his offense on the field as they hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Murphy takes the snap. And he gives it to Childs, and Childs, extra effort. Did he get it? I think the side judge here says he did, and he did. Wow, it looked like the Rams may have had him stopped, but Childs able to lean forward and pick up the needed 1 yard.
They're going to try their hurry up right again. They've got URI confused right here on defense.
Well, I think that was more, too. They didn't want to review that one, right? Get the snap off, because if they review it and the spot was short, Rhode gets the ball in great field position. So the Bears wisely get a playoff quickly, gain only a yard on that one to the 36-yard line. That was very close.
All effort by Childs right there as he's wrapped up. Uses his leg strength. Knowing where the first down marker is so important. He's a young player, only a sophomore.
The reigning Ivy League Rookie of the Year, Matt Childs. Miller motions from left to right for the Bears. Now sets on the right side as Murphy takes the snap. Back to pass, looking left, firing left, incomplete. His intended receiver was Trevor Foley on the Brown sideline, but he was well covered, so Murphy wisely threw that one out of bounds.
Didn't look like he got a very good throw off, a little wobbly, but he did throw it to the outside. Smart move to get that ball not in harm's way here, especially with the speed that URI has on their defensive backfield.
Murphy had a real good game in the opener against Georgetown. 20 of 28 passing for 219 yards, threw a couple of touchdowns. Last week, a rough one against the Harvard Crimson. 14 of 26 for only 99 yards, 1 touchdown and 3 picks. And a timeout called here by the Bears to talk things over. And we'll take a timeout too, with a score 7-7, 7:05 to go here in the first quarter. You're watching the Ivy League on ESPN. Folks, you can get all of ESPN college football all in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with ESPN's unlimited plan or log in with your TV provider. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Bears from their own 36-yard line. Murphy back to pass, blitzes on. Bears pick it up. Pass is complete to midfield. The catch is made by Pezza, and he's got a Bears first down at the Rhode Island 48-yard line.
Murphy goes to the senior Pezza when he needs to. Brown coming into this game was 29% on 3rd down conversion over their first 2 games. This is a great job here of moving the sticks and keeping the offense on the field.
Nice little dig route there by Pezza. And the Bears able to pick up the first down on 3rd and long. John, the Bears have only converted 26% of their 3rd downs on offense through the first 2 games, and in large part because last week they put themselves in 3rd and long against the Harvard Crimson all night long. Murphy rolling right, looking, firing, has a man, complete. It is Pezza again, and it is another Brown first down as Pezza takes it down to the 37 of Rhode Island.
Good timing right there, the 6'5", 230-pound quarterback. Murphy does a nice job of rolling out of the pocket there and seeing Pezza on a nice little 11-yard down and out route. As you watch him right here, he gets the ball right in between the defenders. Does a nice job.
1st and 10 for the Bears. They have it at the 37 of the Rams. Handoff coming to the near side. It is Childs. Check that. That is Jackson Bennett, the junior from Orlando. And Bennett with a nice run on first down. He picks up 7 to the Rhode 30-yard line.
You know, back up, who's in here this week, Mark Banbury, number 65 for the Brown Bears, does a nice job there on that outside that breaks that run. He's able to seal that corner, which is so important with the speed that URI has on defense.
So 2nd down and 3 for the Bears from the Rhode Island 30-yard line. 2 receivers left. The tight end Leno's lined up to the right. And the handoff goes up the middle to Quentin Brown, and he's going to be dropped for no gain. May have lost a half a yard. Nice play there defensively by the Rams, number 35, Ethan McCann Carter. McCann Carter, a local product, played his high school football a stone's throw from here at St. Ray's in Pawtucket.
Yeah, 3 plays from St. Ray's.
Take another look at it right here.
As you watch him, he comes right up inside the gut there. Does a nice job of wrapping around the lower body of Quentin. It's a tough runner to get down.
This is a home game for him. He hails from Pawtucket, Rhode Island. 3rd down and call it a long 3, almost 4 yards for the Bears now. Play clock down, and I think James Perry was able to get a timeout call before the Bears took the 5-yard penalty for a delay of game. 2nd timeout used by the Bears here in the 1st quarter. And a good call there by James Perry. You don't want to take a 5-yard penalty in that spot.
No, not at all. You don't want a smart move. But this is a big 3rd down for this team. They've really worked hard. Had a good sustainable drive here. They've converted on 3rd down a few times. So to keep this drive alive against an explosive URI team was ranked. Important to move the chains here. So a good timeout. Let them see what they're going to call here.
They're going to line up Matt Childs in the backfield to the right of Murphy. Ramon Pezza split out to the far side right, to the near side left. It is Nesbitt. Murphy out of the pistol. Childs shifting to his left. He's running out of the backfield. They throw it to him. He's open, and he's got the catch. Is it good enough for a first down? No. He's going to be about a half a yard shy, but knowing James Perry, there's no hesitation here. The field goal unit will stay on the sideline, and the offense will stay on the field on 4th and less than a yard.
He's been known to go for it on 4th down throughout his coaching career, and I don't think any different in really this part of the field right now with a freshman kicker in this environment. I think it's a good call to go for it here.
They are 1 for 1 tonight on 4th down. Direct snap, Quentin Brown. He's going to run it straight ahead, and he's got the first down. Takes it down inside the 26. And the Bears move the chains. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down on this drive.
Quentin Brown has been money for the Brown Bears over this career in terms of short yardage. They give it to him. He is tough, strong. Those legs never stop pumping.
That is the Bears' Kodiak package when they snap it directly to the tailback Brown. Now a shovel pass here to Solomon Miller. Miller Trying to get the corner, cuts it up, and takes it down to the 21-yard line for a 5-yard catch and run. That is technically a reception from Miller and a completed pass for James Murphy.
Nice speed there by Solomon Miller, the speedster for the Brown Bears at the wide receiver position.
2nd down and 5 for the Bears from the Ram 21-yard line. Murphy takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Eli Jones, the freshman, and Jones takes it down inside the 23-yard line for a pickup of 3-4 more.
For all of our football listeners, Brown uses a lot of running backs. They have a deep running back room, as you're going to hear. It's Childs, it's Brown, it's Bennett. It just continues on that list.
Willie Edwards, the assistant head coach and running backs coach for the Bears, really likes the depth he has in his running backs room. Of course, folks in Rhode Island remember Willie as being the former head football coach at Moses Brown many years ago. 3rd down and 2 for the Bears. Snap to Murphy. Looking right, going for it all for Pezza. It is caught. Touchdown Bears.
Great catch by Pezza right there in the corner. He comes up over the top of the cornerback. Great throw by Murphy. Brown Bears a very successful drive.
That's the 3rd time tonight that Pezza's had a catch on Trey Lubin. And this one good enough for 6, and the Bears regain the lead 13-7. They'll try to make it 14-7 off the foot of Drew Crabtree.
When the lights are on and he's a Rhode Island native, a senior, looking for him to step up, and he stepped up here early in this game.
So how about this, John? There have been 3 touchdowns scoring this game, 2 of them from Rhode Island products. Ty Pezza and Marquise Buchanan. And the other from Matt Childs, who's just up the road from Medway, Massachusetts. Crabtree to attempt the point after. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:15 to go here in the opening quarter, and the Bears regain the lead. It's 14-7 Brown.
And you mentioned that, Scott. This is Division I football, and he has 2 receivers on both sides of the football that are doing a great job for their teams there. Buchanan and Pezza right there making that great catch. But it's great for Rhode Island football to see this type of display out here for the young people that are here, that, you can go do this and you can play the spotlight of an ESPN game.
And John, ironically, tonight there is a gigantic high school football game in the Ocean State just down the road in Providence at LaSalle Academy. LaSalle hosting Bishop Hendricken in a battle of 2 Division I powerhouses.
And come to say is the head coach of Brown, James Perry's son, is the quarterback for LaSalle.
That's right. So Coach Perry, you see him right there, missing his son's game tonight against Bishop Hendricken.
Well, from talking to Coach earlier in the week when we talked to the coaches, his whole family's at the LaSalle Hendricken
That's right.
game.
That's right.
When we asked him that question, he said he wouldn't have it any other way.
Sanchez, the deep receiver. And this is a low kickoff handled by one of the upmen and then fallen on right at the 25-yard line. Not much there that Dante Bishop could do. He's an offensive lineman, so he just kind of pounced on it and said, I'll let my offense come out and take it over from here.
I've got to say here,
that's a big fella's dream right there. If he catches that cleanly, he's on the run.
You don't get the ball much.
No.
Shootout here, Scott, with 2:12 to go in the first quarter. Both teams have scored on their possessions.
Yeah, 21 points, and we still have 2 minutes to go here in the first. Farrell and the Rams will start this drive at their own 25-yard line, down by 7 again. Littleton, the ball carrier, running to the left. He makes a couple of tacklers miss and picks up a nice first down run of 12. Littleton was able to break through 2 would-be tacklers.
That was all Littleton right there. Number 4, big and strong, and he's able to just kind of cut to the outside there, but keeps his feet moving and does a good job that you can't teach running backs how to have tacklers miss him. That's what he did.
They'll give it to him again, and this time the Bears defense all over him after he gains maybe a half a yard. Looks like no gain, but Littleton, to your point, big and strong, 6'1", 240 pounds. He can bring the pain.
When you're a defensive back, and you're at that 180 to 200, depending on what they want to put you at.
Yeah.
And you look at one of these guys coming, it can ring your bell a little bit.
Littleton will take a breather here on 2nd and 10 for the Rams from their own 37. Bears showing blitz off the right corner with Nevaeh Gaddis. And here he comes. Farrell back to pass, gets rid of it quickly, and it is complete out to midfield. Connor Feiner, the tight end, at the 46-yard line of Rhode Island. It's actually going to be a 9-yard gain, so pick up of 9. We'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
It's a
Good job by Farrell, though, by sensing the blitz and getting rid of it quickly.
Exactly what I was going to say. Gaddis is coming on the outside. He could feel it off his back and does a nice job of finding this tight end. Now here's a chance, 3rd and 1. See if URI can move the sticks.
You would think this would be Littleton territory. We shall see. Double tight end, and what do we got? Illegal shift or a false start.
You know, those hurt you. Disciplined plays. We talk about disciplined football teams. Either side of this football, turnovers and penalties can hurt you in any football game. And now you've got a 3rd and 1. That changes the game plan now.
Yeah, definitely changes the play call, right?
You got it.
Three receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and Brendan Barrow standing to the right of Farrell on 3rd and 6 from the 41. Farrell back to pass, fires deep down the middle. It is incomplete. Little contact there, but no penalty marker. Feiner thought that the Brown defensive back hit him early, and he might be right.
That was really close. You know, we'll see that one, but a good route. Farrell saw the route. He was glued into him, thought he had him, and just good defense. As you watch this,
it was bang, but Bayo did make contact with his left shoulder just before the ball arrived. But I could see the officials letting it go because it was that close. It was a bang play. So now James Allen on to punt it away for the Rams. End over end punt. Fair catch is going to be called for and made by Rahman at the 25-yard line. So 4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Bears will run likely one play, and then we will take our in-between quarter breaks. John, to your point, it's been an exciting first 15 minutes of football here. We've seen a lot of action. 3 touchdowns scored, 2 by the Bears, 1 by the Rams.
Both teams are playing some disciplined football. I mean, the Rams obviously had, their one little turnover, and they had a little mistake here. But overall, both teams, playing some very clean football.
Bears will start this drive at their own 26-yard line. Leno's the tight end, motions in tight to the left, handoff to Childs, and a nice run for Childs on the final play of the first quarter as he picks up 4 to the 30. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. After 1, the score, Brown 14 and Rhode Island 7. You're watching the Ivy League and Rhode Island's Governor's Cup game right here on ESPN.
Welcome back to the 43rd Governor's Cup game between Brown and URI here on ESPN from Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket. I'm Nick Hoyt, back with you on the sideline. Brown leading 14-7 over URI, and as we begin the second quarter, we're joined by co-founder and chairman of Rhode Island FC, Brett Johnson, who is also a 1992 graduate of Brown University. So far, Brett, the Bears looking pretty good.
Looking great. Obviously want the scoreline to stay like the way it is, but no, couldn't be happier with the whole evening.
When you look around the stadium, you see the fans coming out and seeing the atmosphere for an American football game, the first in the stadium. Just what are your initial thoughts looking around?
Again, it's a dream come true. It's exactly what we envisioned when we built this stadium, a home for all of Rhode Island. So to have Brown and URI, Governor's Cup here, and I expect to see a lot more Brown sporting events here in the future. Just the beginning.
And you'll see some URI sporting events because next year this will be the home for Rhode football as they renovate Meade Stadium too. So excited to bring some more football here too.
That's right. I'm excited about that partnership, and it's appropriate that this is called the Governor's Cup. The governor was a real part of making sure that this happened, but being here on the shores of the Seekonk, right down the road from Brown, seeing these two teams compete against each other, so a great night. And again, hopefully for me and my bias towards Brown, I'd like to see that scoreline continue, maybe extend the score a little bit. So Brown looks great.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes here in the second quarter. Brett, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Awesome. Okay, Scott, John, back up to you.
All right, Nick, thank you. And thank you to Brett Johnson, the co-founder and chairman of RIFC, for hosting this Governor's Cup matchup between Brown and his alma mater, Brown University, and the University of Rhode Island. Brett was at the State House earlier this week on Wednesday for the Governor's Cup press conference, and I was talking to him, and he said, you know, tomorrow is my 15th wedding anniversary, and my wife had said, geez, how about maybe we take a trip to Italy? And he said, how about, hon, coming to Rhode Island, because he lives in Los Angeles, for the Governor's Cup between Brown and URI. What a great husband. Brett, happy anniversary to you and your wife. I'm not sure you're going to make it to 16 years. Murphy is wrapped up in the backfield. Is that going to be a horse collar tackle, though? I'm not sure. Got him up around the neck area. Or are they going to get Brown on a hold?
I think it's a hold. A hold on number 3.
Jackson Bennett's going to get called for the holding penalty, and the Rams are going to probably decline this one.
It's 2 penalties right there quickly on Brown at the start of the quarter. Really, when you looked at the first quarter statistics, both teams played so even. The only thing that stood out was that interception by Brown that they converted to a touchdown, and that Brown was 2 for 4 on third down.
Rohan Davis, what a beast he has been for the Rams defensively. 7 tackles for a loss and 3 sacks. That's now his 4th of the season. Handoff on 3rd and long up the middle. Bears aren't taking any chances there on 3rd and long. They're going to instead bring their punting unit on here.
That was just a tough offensive series right there. 2 penalties. Tough to move the football when you have 2 penalties. And URI did a good job right there. It's the ebbs and flows of a football game.
Well, it was a nice first down pickup on the pass, the initial pass to Levi Lanoz on 2nd and 6 to start the quarter. But after that, like you said, penalties started to push the Bears backward. And now their punter, Malcolm Flynn, who averages just under 42 yards per punt, 3rd best in the Ivy League, on to kick it away. Angel Sanchez standing inside his own 25, and it's a booming punt by Flynn. Sanchez takes it on the run, hit immediately, and tackled on the play by Cameron Williams-Dalton. We'll take a timeout. 13:10 to go here in the first half. It's the Brown Bears 14, the Rhode Rams 7. You're watching Ivy League football on ESPN.
We see the promises you make. Doing more than your fair share. Working twice as hard. Saving lives, changing lives. And your life's work deserves nothing less than a lifetime guarantee. You made a promise. So did we. TIAA's promise of a guaranteed retirement paycheck for life is a promise that pays off.
Hey guys, something I want to talk to you about. change in the air.
2 changes.
2 changes. Isn't that where the dog beds go?
Yeah.
And no matter how perfect things are now, and you don't want them to change...
It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I told you it'd be fine.
The 3-row luxury TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Beisel. As a 3-time Olympic swimmer, I know how important it is to take care of your health. Here in Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts, we are fortunate to have the team at University Orthopedics taking care of us for all of our orthopedic needs. Whether you are swimming laps or swimming to raise money to cure cancer, their team has you covered. Remember, you don't have to be an Olympic athlete to be cared for like one. The best orthopedic care anywhere is right here, University Orthopedics.
You know, about 75 years ago, both of these programs had live mascots. Bruno the Bear for Brown, and of course, Rhode had the Ram. But there was a little fun going on behind the scenes. Bruno, the live bear mascot for Brown, was actually kidnapped in a prank by some URI students. The live bear had been a recurring target of their rivalry, the Rhode Rams. And the capture was eventually thwarted. 3 URI students executed the abduction, but they were intercepted by Providence detectives several blocks away from campus. But this was a common occurrence back then, about 75 years ago in the 40s and 50s, between Brown and URI. Skullduggery with the mascots.
I would give those students a lot of credit to try to kidnap a bear.
A live bear.
A live bear. That's not.
I certainly wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's not.
Rams of the football, 1st and 10 now on their own 45-yard line. Farrell up under center. Going to give it to the tailback, Barrow running right, and Barrow picks up 1.5 yards across the 46-yard line. Barrow will go to the sideline, and Antoine Littleton back in at tailback for Rhode Island.
URI showing a couple different looks with Farrell underneath center on a 1st down, and now from the shotgun, trying to confuse this Brown defense.
2nd down and 8. Rams of the football at their own 45-yard line, make it the 46. Farrell back to pass, blitzes on, and he breaks through, and he's going to pick up some nice yardage with his legs. Picks up about 8 down to the Brown 47-yard line.
Farrell did a nice job of reading the blitz there from John Purdue. You see it opens right up, he goes, and then Sam Smith, number 58, does a great job collapsing along with Lindsay, number 7, to prevent a 1st down. So here's a chance now for this defense for Brown to make another stop on 3rd down.
So Farrell puts the Bears, make that the Rams, in a makeable 3rd down and distance. 3rd and 2 at the Brown 47-yard line. Farrell's going to pull it, keep it on the option, toss it to the right. It is Barrow, and Barrow's got a 1st down and more to the Brown 36-yard line. Good decision there made by Devin Farrell, the Rams signal caller.
That was a great play. Everyone thought Littleton had it in the middle. Linebacker bid on it into the middle. You watch right here, boom, and he pulls it out, and now he's got the corner, does a nice job, makes 2 good reads.
So the Rams moving the ball. They have it 1st and 10 at the Brown 36-yard line. Farrell takes the snap, gives it this time to Littleton. And Littleton's going to take it ahead to the 30-yard line for 6 more. A lot of misdirection and, tomfoolery, if you will. Faking the handoff here, faking the pitch there. And the Rams are loosening up this Brown defense a little bit on this drive.
Well, they're trying to get the defense to bite on one of these, get them out of position. Everyone's got their position on the defensive side, discipline-wise, and they've got to stay home. 2nd down 4 for the Rams at the Brown 30-yard line. Farrell hands it to Littleton, and Littleton's going to be stopped for little or no gain on that play. That was a good read on the up front by the Brown Bears right there.
John Purdue.
John Purdue, the captain, had a great game last week against Harvard. Been a workhorse for him at the middle linebacker position. But here's another 3rd down right here.
Rams today 1 for 3 on their 3rd down conversions. Coming in at just 39%, which was 7th best in the CAA on 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 4 for Rhode Island at the Brown 30-yard line. Empty backfield for Devin Farrell. 3 receivers to his left and 2 more to his right. Play clock down to 3. Farrell just gets the snap off. Looks, fires to the right, and has a man caught. Touchdown. Omari Walker was wide open, streaking down the far sideline, and the Rams are a point after away from tying this game at 14.
That was all Farrell right there. If you watch him, he does a nice move with his left shoulder to the opposite side, gives Walker a chance to beat his man on the right side, and makes a great throw to the back corner of the end zone.
First touchdown catch of the season for Omari Walker, the transfer from Arkansas State. And now the point after attempt here by Garth White to tie this game at 14.
This game has been a shootout so far, both sides of the football.
White 15 for 15 on his point afters this season. Hasn't missed one yet. Low snap, good hold though, and the kick is up and the kick is good. 9:25 to go here in the first half, and the Rams have tied it up on the touchdown pass from Devin Farrell to Omari Walker. You're watching Ivy League football on ESPN. And we welcome you back here to Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket, home of the Rhode Island Football Club. Scott Curtis, John Anderson with you. The Governor's Cup matchup on a neutral field. And here is today's trivia question. How many neutral site games have the Brown Bears played in the sport of football? That is an interesting question.
I would say 0.
You think this is number 1?
I think this is 1.
Okay. I mean, this is technically a home game, but it is a neutral site. It is not the Bears' home field, as the kickoff is fair caught by Matt Childs in the end zone. So the Brown offense will take over at their 25-yard line. Yeah, that could be a trick question.
I know that probably is, but I would say 0.
Although, wait, no, so they played in the 1919 Rose Bowl. So technically, that is a neutral field, right?
Okay.
I mean,
well, that's
Fritz Pollard's.
But that's going to. That's, okay.
Hey, it's
all
in
right,
the history
okay.
of Brown football.
I thought of that first, but I was thinking in Providence, neutral field. You know,
I'm counting the Rose Bowl as one.
I might give you that. I don't know. Chris is tough. He might not.
Maybe this will be the second. First and 10 for the Brown offense. They'll start this drive at the 25. Dump it off out of the backfield to Quentin Brown, but no running room for Brown on the far side of the field as they bring him down for a loss of 2. Mitchell Garner among those in there on the stop for the Rams defense.
Quentin Brown's been a workhorse for the Brown Bears on the inside, trying to mix it up here and throwing a little pass out to him. He usually doesn't receive the football.
Loss of a yard, 2nd down 11. Bears backed up to their own 24, and what do we have here? A timeout call?
No flags are down.
Or was there a play clock issue? No. Oh, previous play is under review for a possible fumble.
Targeting.
Now that we
did he say fumble or targeting?
I thought he said fumble.
Fumble.
For a possible fumble. James Perry, the Bears head coach, who you see right there, I don't think he wants that review to come back. We'll take a break, and we'll come back and take a look at the replay and see if indeed there was a fumble by Quentin Brown. 14-14 the score midway through the second here in Pawtucket.
The economics of healthcare are what they are. There's a lot of pressure applied to patients from the insurers, from the hospitals, about where they should be receiving their healthcare. They're torn in a lot of ways. My response to that is, why wouldn't you come to the place that's going to care for you, look after your best interests, and make sure you get the very, very best in healthcare?
What moves you? Whoever you are, wherever you're headed, physical therapy can take you there. For the morning risers, the super moms, the weekend warriors, High Bar is here to elevate the everyday, so you can feel better, move freely, and live fully. High Bar, so you can.
These Bulldogs are the top dogs. Auburn, an overtime winner, wins it into the round of 32. And Cornell will play on Championship Sunday.
If you speak the language of bosons and quarks, of nano-engineering, Wordsworth, or hip-hop, then look no further than Brown University. If you want to work side by side with extraordinary faculty, to choose from 78 academic majors across the spectrum, or to follow a major of your own design, then expect some of the brightest young minds from around the world to surround and engage you at Brown University. Take it from me. I'm John Krasinski, class of 2001.
So, John, you were right. They're reviewing to see if there was targeting on the play. So, and they were checking to see if Mitchell Garner was targeting Quentin Brown, and they ruled that there was no targeting on the play. So the result of the play, a 1-yard loss, 2nd down 11 for the Bears from their own 24. Murphy back to pass on 2nd and long. He fires it near side, has his man Leno's caught. Is that Dylan Golden? No, that's Leno's, the tight end, 86. And it's a 1st down for the Bears out to the 41-yard line.
Murphy looked really good in the pocket right there. A lot of confidence and staying home. If you watch here, made a great throw to the outside. It's a good conversion for a 1st down.
DJ Curitan in coverage, but Leno's comes up with a nice over-the-shoulder catch. 1st and 10 for the Bears from their own 41. Snap to Murphy, looking, firing near side. It is caught. And that is Nesbitt, and he's got another Brown 1st down to the 48-yard line of Rhode Island.
That was a well-planned play right there as Nesbitt turned right to the outside, and Murphy just places the ball right where he should.
1st and 10 Brown. They have it at the Rams 48-yard line. Give it to Childs up the middle, and Childs is going to take it across the 45-yard line close to the 44. Pickup of about 3.5 yards on the carry. Give him a gain of 4 down to the 44-yard line.
Brown trying to get to their hurry up. We haven't really seen that play quick that we usually have seen of a Brown offense.
Yeah, you know, they do it in spurts. Oftentimes last year they seemed to do it more in the second half of games than they did in the first, but at times tonight we've seen them hurry up to the line, try to get plays off quickly. 2nd down 6 for the Bears at the Rams 44. Murphy fires it and is holding on the near side on Ayinde Johnson as he had his arm wrapped around Ty Pezza. And that's going to be pass interference or defensive holding. Take your pick. Either way, it'll be a Brown 1st down.
Pezza does a nice route as he cuts to the inside. He was going to be wide open, and Johnson did everything he had to do. He just had to hold him.
Justin Ackley is our head referee now, and I think he's just wants to talk to the official to see if it is holding or pass interference. And here we go.
Pass interference. Defense, number 6. The ball be placed at start of the foul.
So because it was less than a 15-yard penalty, you take another look at it right there. That right arm just wrapped around the waist of Pezza. They'll step it off to the 30, so technically a 14-yard penalty.
Can't hide that from the side judge. He had you geared in all the way.
1st and 10 for the Bears at the 30-yard line of the Rams. Murphy's going to pass again, dumps it off underneath, incomplete, and a good job by Johnson that time to knock it loose out of the arms of Quentin Brown.
He went to Quentin Brown on that play, but if you look at it, he had Pezza open over the middle, that cross right here. If you look right here, he's got Pezza coming in, who is open, and he threw it out to the outside. He's probably going to want to have that one back, Murphy, is after he watches film.
2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass to Quentin Brown. The Bears at the Rhode Island 30-yard line. 14-14 the score. 7:12 to go here in the opening half. Murphy takes the snap, fakes the handoff, wants to fire it. He does. Far side, wide open is Nesbitt. A catch and run for another Bears 1st down inside the 15-yard line.
You really don't realize how strong Murphy is at quarterback, as he has got a defensive player, number 19 for URI, draped all over him, and he's still able to release that ball across his body to Nesbitt.
Well, Murphy, the captain, is a big kid, 6'5", 230-pound junior from Reading, Massachusetts. Now he fakes the handoff here, rolling to his right, firing to the end zone, and it is caught by Dylan Golden. Touchdown, Bears.
Bears do a great job there with a little play action to the outside. Murphy keeps it. He rolls to the pocket here and finds his tight end.
Got a penalty marker down on the field. So let's see what this is all about.
To the far side.
Ineligible player downfield for the Bears. That will negate the touchdown pass to Golden.
That hurts right there. That was that play action to the far side. They were showing run.
So Murphy was rolling out to his right, and at some point a lineman must have kind of made his way beyond 2 or 3 yards from the line of scrimmage. Just take another look at it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can see him downfield right there around the 10-yard line.
No doubt about it. And so that will negate the touchdown pass to Dylan Golden, and instead make it 1st and 15 for the Bears from the Rhode Island 20-yard line. Each team has been penalized twice thus far in this football game. Miller motions in tight to the left, handed off to Childs, running to the left, and he is going to be stood up and pulled back on the play. Good job there by Ethan McCann-Carter.
McCann-Carter does a great job right there. He stands up a very strong running back. If you look at the strength that he showed there, as he really kind of took Childs and just put a stop right on him.
3rd down and long. Murphy to pass. Has time. Now he's going to run and get rid of it. Fire to the corner of the end zone. Caught just outside of the goal line by Pezza. It'll be 1st and goal to go for the Bears, and Murphy waited as long as he could to make that play. Take another look at it.
As you watch him right here, he sees him coming down on him. He's going down and throws that ball with no leg strength, just arm strength.
First and goal to go. Handoff to Childs up the middle into the end zone. He reaches. Touchdown, Bears.
That was all Child's second effort right there up the right-hand side. He just gets up behind the tackles there and just drives his legs to the end zone.
And so the Bears once again take the lead, and they are a point after away from being up by 7 for a third time tonight. Matt Childs with his second touchdown run of the game. His first one was from 6 yards out.
Brown Bears here are going to match what took 4 quarters in Kingston last year, coming up with 21 points. They might do that right here with 5:41 to still go in the first half.
They're going to review that play to see if Childs did indeed break the goal line, the plane of the goal line with the football.
It looked like his initial push was.
He reached for it. And I don't know if the ball, kind of juggled loose momentarily. Like he had it initially. Take another look here.
Right there, it looks like he had it.
Well, that's going to be close.
It's just gonna do the plane.
Let's see if we can take another look at that right here. So here he is getting the handoff from Murphy. Does the
right there?
I don't know. It was close. It may be so close that they can't overturn the call on the field that was touchdown, but he may have been inches short, John. I'm not sure the nose of the football ever touches the goal line. Does it? Right
there.
It might. It may have.
I think it's going to be irreversible. I mean, that's to be, you have to, I don't know how they can reverse that. It looks like it's there.
I would say, if it doesn't stand the call on the field touchdown, it will be second down goal to go from literally about an inch away from the goal line. Yeah, it's that close. His second effort reaching was dangerous because the ball got batted loose.
Here's the call.
Here's Justin Ackley, the head referee. All right, it is a touchdown for Matt Childs and the Bears.
I don't know how you could have overturned it.
I think whatever the call was would have stood. I think if they had ruled no touchdown, I think that would have stood as well. It was that close. And so now Drew Crabtree to try to put the Bears up by 7. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 5 minutes, 41 seconds to go here in the opening half, and the score now Brown 21 and Rhode Island 14.
I'll tell you, it's been an unbelievable first half here for all the fans that have come out to this. A big crowd here, electric night, and I'll tell you, we have watched some very exciting football offensively. And made some good defensive plays, don't take me wrong, but with 21-14, and both these teams are going back and forth.
Yeah, no, you've had some good tackles for a loss, sacks, interceptions in the first half, so there have been some good defensive plays, but equally as good has been the offense. I mean, you're talking about a combined 35-point score between these two programs, and still 5:41 to go in a half, and Rhode Island about to get the football back.
And both teams have been able to overcome adversity, either, penalties that have caused third down longs or taking them out of drives, and turnovers that became points. A lot of football left, and both these teams are in it to win it, the Governor's Cup.
This kick is going to be taken by Kwarteng at the 15-yard line. Across the 20, running to the far side in the 25. Kwarteng is going to be hit at the 30 and dropped at the 31-yard line. Tackled by Brock Owen. And the Ram offense will set up shop down 7 once again at their own 31. Take a look at that Rhode sideline. There the Bears coming to their sideline. And this is the 109th meeting between these two programs, but since the Governor's Cup was introduced into this series, which is the actual trophy that will be presented to the winner of the game by Dan McKee, the Rams hold a 23-19 advantage.
And that was done in 1981. That's when that was brought in.
In fact, 1981, as Farrell drops back to pass, he's going to fire it underneath. Pass is complete. to Greg Gaines III. That was the first game ever played at Meade Stadium in Kingston. All the games had been played up in Providence at Brown Stadium prior to that. And of course, before Brown Stadium, which is celebrating its 100th anniversary, played at Aldridge Field. Second down and 1. Handoff goes to Littleton, and Littleton fights his way forward for the yard he needed to pick up the Rhode Island first down.
And URI, this will be their home field next season as they renovate Meade.
Well, that's a great point, John. So the Rams next year will be renovating Meade Stadium. The stands opposite the Ryan Center where the press box is, they're going to tear those down, build some brand new ones, and a new press box. And because of that, they're going to need a place to play their home games. And they announced a few weeks ago that they will play all of their home games right here at Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket, Rhode Island next season. So the Governor's Cup will be contested for a second straight year right here. First and 10, Rhode Island from their own 41. Farrell gets rid of it underneath, complete to Littleton. Littleton is going to be tackled as he crosses the 46. Pick up a 5.
Nice tackle there by number 57, John Perdue, on a very, very tough running back to take down Littleton. He's big, he's strong. He does a great job of taking him down solo.
And we got an injured Bear down on the field. It is Owen Clark, the senior defensive end from Westport, Connecticut.
He's going to come off on his own.
Yep. A limp to the Bears sideline. Looks like favoring that left leg or ankle. He's not happy.
He's not happy at all. Well, all these players, this is a big emotional game. They're playing for the Governor's Cup. For Brown, as Owen's showing his frustration, he wants to be in there. They haven't won this in 6 years, as you mentioned earlier.
Take a look at the press box here at Centerville Bank Stadium. Nice crowd on hand. You know, you see a lot of empty seats, and there's a reason for that. They have beautiful concourses here with all sorts of different, you know, food and beverage options. And a lot of fans like to stand and watch the game in the concourse areas. And we see, as you look around the stadium, many fans standing up there in the concourse area watching the game. Second down and 5 for the Rams. Farrell to Buchanan on the right. Great job by Gaddis. He can't make the initial tackle, but he holds him up for his teammates to come in and finish him off for a nice loss. Credit Nevaeh Gaddis for a great defensive play there.
Farrell went to Buchanan. We haven't heard called his name from the first quarter. We haven't seen him as a target, but tries to target him right here on the outside. And you're right, Gaddis kind of straightens him up right there. Then it's just swarm tackling, which we've seen from the Brown Bears this year. A lot of aggressive to the football.
Third down, 11 for the Rams. They are 2 for 4 on third down here in the first half. Farrell back to pass. Steps up, fires middle, has a man caught. First down inside Bears territory. The catch is made by Connor Feiner, the tight end.
Farrell's been going to Connor Feiner, their tight end, all night here in the first half. Seemed to be someone he liked right here. He sees him right over the middle, and he finds himself right between the linebackers and the safety.
Farrell's going to pass again to Feiner on first down, this time to the left side, and Feiner with a catch and run of about 3 yards on first down to the Brown 41-yard line. So the Rams pick up a huge third down on 3rd and 11 to keep the drive alive.
Important when you're down by 7 points to keep your offense on the field, especially with 2:30 to go here in the first half, as you're trying to tie this thing before halftime, and the Rams do a great job there on third down conversion.
2nd and 7 for Rhode Island. They're at the Brown 41-yard line. Snap to Farrell, fake the handoff, back to pass, looking. Now he's going to be wrapped up. Sacked in the backfield by number 55, Ike Odomegwu.
Odomegwu does a great job of getting up there. Give credit to the defensive backs of Brown for coverage, because that to me was a coverage sack.
2-minute timeout with the Bears on top, 21-14 here in Pawtucket. You're watching the Governor's Cup and Ivy League football on ESPN. So the answer to the trivia question, Brown has played 27 games, with this being the 28th on a neutral site. And kudos to Tim Gear, who put that in the Brown game notes. The Bears 12-15 in those 27 neutral site games coming into tonight. Dump it off to Littleton out of the backfield on 3rd and long, and he's going to be wrapped up for no gain. Great job again by Nevaeh Gaddis.
Gaddis is having a great first half right there. He came off of his coverage right there. Great screenplay by URI, set up very well, and Gaddis just blows it up with a nice tackle.
John, I'm surprised the Bears aren't considering using a timeout here. I mean, go for a score before halftime, and then they get the ball to start the third quarter. They won the coin toss and deferred their choice, but they're going to let the clock wind down here a little bit. But you know James Perry's philosophy, too. It's a yard per second, essentially, is what it works out to be. And they still have one timeout remaining. Fair catch is going to be called for, and it is dropped by Rahman, who dies on it back inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. So Najee Rahman called for the fair catch and nearly gave the Rams a gift. Instead, now with 106, and now inside your 10-yard line, John, this kind of changes the equation if you're Brown, right? I don't know if you want to do anything risky in this area of the field. Now, the Rams have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, so the Bears can choose to hand it off 3 times, and the Rams will still get the ball back, you know, with probably 40 seconds or so.
If you're the URI, you're going to use those timeouts right here and see if you can maybe even block a punt here and go for it. Now, if you're Brown, I think you got to be real conservative with the football.
Murphy will back up into the pistol to his right. Childs in the backfield on 1st and 10 from the Brown 9. Murphy's going to throw it on 1st down, and he fires it underneath. It is complete, and the catch is made by Nesbitt. Pickup of 9 on 1st down, so that changes the equation a little bit. Now the Rams don't want to use timeouts because they don't want to give the Bears time to move the football. Bears hurry up to the line of scrimmage on 2nd down and 1. They're going to give it up the middle to Childs. He's going to be stopped right at the line to gain. Let's see if they give him the 1st down. They do. They move the chains. So the clock stops momentarily to move the chains for a Brown 1st down.
Brown's playing as if they're behind right here.
Well, they're playing for points before halftime. Murphy's going to pass it on 1st and 10. Rolling right, firing a right. Incomplete. Pezza, the intended receiver, and he got hit late hard up high by McCann Carter, but no penalty marker down there.
It's going to stop the clock with 34 seconds left now.
Some oohs and ahs on this play right here. Now watch this. Could have been reviewed for targeting right there. You heard the fans kind of ooh and ah.
Coach Perry went down and gave the sideline judge here a little earful on that.
2nd down 10, false start on the left side by Michael Nesbitt. That'll back the Bears up 5.
Now if you're the Bears, you're going to be 2nd down and 15 right here. 34 seconds. You've got to protect the football. You got to be really conservative here and protect the football. You don't want to hand this ball over a team with 3 timeouts left. It's a lot of time if you hand the ball over at this part of the field.
Murphy takes the snap. Childs is going to get the handoff up the middle, and Childs will take it ahead for a gain of a couple to the 18. And now Jim Fleming will use his first of 3 timeouts at 29 seconds to go.
That was a good call by Brown right there to hand the ball off to Childs, get up the middle. Now you've got 29 seconds. You've got to manage the clock here.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time, and both sides, both coaches are going to be managing the clock here. Gamemanship to see who can come up with the football maybe and put something on the board.
So you see Jim Fleming standing behind the huddle, and there is the Rams head coach in his 12th season as head coach of Rhode Island, led them to the CAA championship. John, what a great job he's done building that program. Rhode Island football was really in tough shape for many, many, many years, and you started to wonder, can anybody get it done there? There was talk of them moving down and maybe going to the Northeast Conference many years ago, which Bryant was playing in, which is a reduction in scholarships. And this guy comes in and he creates a culture of winning, of hard work, and look what he's done. I mean, they are now consistently in the FCS top 25 rankings. 3rd down and 10, Murphy to pass, going to dump it off. It is Quentin Brown, and Brown's going to take it ahead and be tackled at the 21-yard line, and Fleming's going to use his 2nd timeout with 22 seconds to go.
I'll bring up a third down. But to say what you said, Scott, and you're so right, it was in a tough spot, the football program. And I think they got rid of a bunch of the scholarships. Then they made that quick change because they came back because the Northeast Conference changed, and then they were going to have to do something, so they changed back, but they didn't have enough scholarships. They had to work their way back.
And part of the problem was, let's be honest, resources, right? They weren't putting the resources into the program that they needed to compete at a high level in what is truly one of the best FCS conferences, the Colonial Athletic Association. But Jim Fleming has changed that. They start to win. He's able to rally alumni, rally support for the program, and you look at the results. So the Bears will punt the football away here on 4th down and 8 as Malcolm Flynn comes on to kick it away to Sanchez. Just gets it away. Sanchez is going to call for the fair catch and make it at his own 44-yard line. So 16 seconds to go in the half. Farrell could complete a couple of passes and theoretically get the Rams in field goal range here before they go to the locker room.
Yeah, he's probably got 2 plays, and with that one timeout, depending on where he goes. Now, if he stays to the boundary, he's going to use that to stop the clock and get out of bounds, or a first down to stop it. We saw Harvard do a good job of that last week in the middle and spike it with 11 seconds. But if he comes to the middle of the field with a play, he's going to have to call a timeout. He's not going to have time.
So Garth White, the Rams place kicker, 5 for 7 on field goal attempts this season, a long of 41. So that would mean they'd have to get it all the way down to the 23-yard line, maybe the 24, for it to be a 41-yard field goal or in his range. 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 44 with 16 ticks to go here in the first half. Farrell drops back to pass, has plenty of time, gets rid of it, and it is incomplete, bouncing short of Abora Kwarteng.
And he took a big hit right there, right up the middle. Did a good job on the defensive line right there by Pat O'Neill, number 98.
The clock stops on the incomplete pass with 10 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Rhode Island from their own 44. 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Farrell with Littlejohn standing to his right of the backfield. Takes the snap, back to pass. Fires it middle, incomplete. Intended for Buchanan, but good coverage by John Purdue, the linebacker.
Give John Purdue a lot of credit as a linebacker covering Buchanan in the middle right there. That's a mismatch.
Yeah.
Now, if you're Brown, there's 6 seconds to go here. It's 3rd and 10. You just got to play zone here, not let them get into field goal range.
Yeah, at this point, you would think that they're going to go for something to the end zone, a Hail Mary.
Yep.
See what kind of an arm Devin Farrell has. I guess in theory, you could try a 20-yard out, and maybe you get out of bounds with a second to go to bring your field goal unit on. James Perry's going to call a timeout here to talk this over with his team.
Well, he knows how important every play
really
is.
2 options, right?
Yep.
Go with about a 15 to 20-yard out and then try a long field goal if you have time remaining, or you take a deep shot.
Yeah, those are your only 2 options. You got 6 seconds. And I don't even know if you have enough time for an out to develop to where you get to field goal range here. You're talking we have to be down around the 23, what you said, 25-yard line. That's a long down and out.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got the 6 seconds to hold on that. If he was going to do a 15-yard pass, I'd say yes. He's got it and call his timeout, but I think he's got to go deep here. And either hope for a penalty for a last play or a Hail Mary. And you got to watch this side of the field where you see Buchanan, number 1. Their explosive deep threat.
Buchanan split out. To the left. Farrell the pass, just going to dump it off. This will be the final play, and he can't get out of bounds. Littleton gets out of bounds, but when the clock hits all zeros. Good first half of football here at Centerville Bank Stadium in the Governor's Cup matchup between Brown and Rhode Island. The Bears with a 21-14 lead, and they will get the football to start quarter number 3 as they won the opening coin toss and elected to defer. Right now, Nick Coit standing down on the field with the head coach of the Bears, James Perry. Nick, take it away.
All right, here with James Perry, coach, leading 21-14 at halftime. Your offense, obviously a lot of success. 7 different guys have a catch, 5 different guys with carries. Just talk about the success of your team so far.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing hard. I mean, really hard. They practiced hard this week, though. This is a great environment. We got a terrific opponent. We know we'll get a great effort out of them in the second half, so we got to make some adjustments and play even better.
As much as you've been able to put points on the board, your defense, they get the early turnover, and then they get the stop here late in the first half. Just how about the play of your defense so far?
Yeah, really proud of them. I mean, and he's throwing the ball beautifully. He's a terrific player. You know, the wide receivers are excellent, too. Obviously, we got a premier wide receiver in the country they're defending. So the kids know what they need to do in the second half. They'll keep working hard, I promise you that.
James, good luck in the second half. Thank you. Appreciate it. Scott, John.
Nick, thank you. Your halftime score, the Brown Bears 21, the Rhode Island Rams 14. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more in just a moment. You're watching the Ivy League right here on ESPN.
Welcome back to the 43rd Governor's Cup game between Brown and URI here at Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket. You're watching ESPN. I'm Nick Hoyt here on the sideline, and happy to be joined by the Governor of the state of Rhode Island, Dan McKee. Governor, great to see you. Obviously a great night, perfect weather, right? You enjoying yourself?
I am enjoying myself, and the game is not disappointing anyone, that's for sure.
Certainly a lot of scoring, which is great, but the Governor's staying neutral. When somebody scores, you can see by the get up here, he's staying neutral, which is good.
Up here, I got the Brown here, spent the first half with President Paxton, now going from Brown, and now I'll go and see Mark Palange, the president of URI.
It's great, and it's great that the state comes together for something like this. As you look around and you see all the people here, I know you said the other day at the State House that you, Brett Johnson, the folks from Rhode Island FC had a vision for this place being not just a soccer venue, but a venue for a lot of different events. Is this what you envision?
Yeah, great family venue here at Centerville Stadium here right in Pawtucket, for the Rhode Island Football Club. But Brett Johnson, one of the owners of the football club, the hockey club. The soccer club. Excuse me there. Although they probably could have.
Well, they could do a lot of different events here, right?
They could do some. I'll have to ask them. They probably could do some hockey here.
Put
as
a
well.
sheet down in December. We'll do it,
I'm
right?
telling you, this is a great venue, and the people here are really enjoying it. And to have a football game here with Brown and URI, and what a competitive game this is. So I'm sure that people who are watching this at home are really enjoying it as well.
I know for you, too, it's great to see the kids from Rhode Island that are playing in this game. If you count it between the two programs, 25 kids from the state of Rhode Island are part of these two programs. Just what does that mean for the state's talent to stay here and play here?
Well, you cover the high school football here, and you know that the high school football is very competitive. Yeah. And Rhode Island has tremendous athletes. Marquise Buchanan from URI. Yep. Number one, he had the first touchdown catch for URI today, and locally you got other young people that are from Rhode Island playing in this game, but you're also pulling in from all over the country players, and so we know that this puts Rhode Island on the map, for its athletics. And also we want them to know that it's a great place to visit. Come on and see Rhode Island. It's a wonderful space.
And obviously this is a crown jewel now here, Centerville Bank Stadium, which is awesome to come and see for this state, right?
Crown jewel, the soccer is a big deal. We have the World Cup going to be in this area next year. We're preparing for that, and having hundreds of thousands of people are going to be visiting Rhode Island. And we're hoping that there'll be soccer games at this stadium during that time, their league games. We want people to come and see it, but we also want people in Rhode Island to see our oceans and our Newport and our Providence and the food and our history that's here. So this is a great way to actually really highlight a state like Rhode Island, but at the same time a tradition. I think it's like the 109th game or something like that.
Time. Yeah, you're
109th game that they've had URI and Brown. Keeps the tradition alive, and the public and the people and the fans love it.
Look at that. He even knows his numbers here, the stats, which is good. Governor, thank you for your time. Enjoy the second half and enjoy your night.
Yeah,
all right, Dan.
Thank you for
very
coming.
much. We'll toss it to break. We'll be back with more halftime here from Centerville Bank Stadium.
Back at halftime, the Brown Bears lead the Rhode Rams 21-14 at the break. Earlier today, a big win for Brooke Brody's Brownfield hockey team. They beat previously undefeated Cornell 3-1 at Goldberger Family Field on a goal by Lucy Adams. They also got one from MK Michael Bust and Lexi Pellegrino. Lucy Adams was picked as a member of the U.S. Women's National Team. Let's take a closer look at the Bears' senior standout.
Hi, I'm Lucy Adams. I'm a senior here at Brown University, and I'm a member of the USA Women's National Team. So my experience in the under-21 program at Pan Am's, where we won a gold and silver medal, I think it really prepared me for the senior experience because it kind of instilled the cultural norms that you carry with you to the senior team, like your work ethic, your ability to survive in a really high intensity environment, and also just the relationships you build with the girls and coaches. I think it prepares you to transition into the senior team because you go out onto the field and the expectations are so high, but you lean into the experience and you lean into each other, and then you take that with you, and I think it allows you to then succeed in even higher pressure moments where the stakes feel really big. I don't know if I can even describe my reaction to making the team. I instantly called my mom and I started crying on the phone, and I was like, "Mom, I made it." It was so surreal, definitely one of the best moments of my life, but it's one of those things where it happens and you're so grateful and you're so thankful, but then you just really want to lean in and prove that you made that team for a reason. And so I think that's where I am now, is I just want to keep working hard and solidifying my spot and improving. So I feel like getting that phone call felt like the end of the journey and then also the beginning all at once. I think competing in the 2028 Olympics is a goal that originally felt really scary to say out loud, but
we welcome you back to Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, where the Brown Bears lead the Rhode Rams 21-14 at halftime of this Governor's Cup matchup. Scott Quidishy, John Anderson with you. John, let's take a look at some of the first half highlights in this one. The Bears got off to a quick start thanks to this interception by Elias Archie. First series of the game for the Rams. 2 plays later, it was Matt Childs taking it in from 6 yards out, and the Bears had an early 7-0 lead. But the Rams would have an answer. They would march down the field. Devin Farrell would find Marquise Buchanan in the corner of the end zone. This game was tied at 7. Brown would respond as James Murphy hit Ty Pezza, the Rhode Island product out of North Kingstown. 14-7 Bears. The Rams would answer again, this time a long touchdown from Farrell to Omari Walker, and we were all tied up at 14. And then the Bears give it to Matt Childs for a second time down by the goal line, and he's able to just get the ball to break the plane of the goal line. His second touchdown carry of the half, and 21-14 is your halftime score. As we take a look at the first half numbers, you see them right there. Pretty even across the board when you look at first downs, rushing yards, passing yards. You see the penalties, both teams penalized. Two times for Rhode Island, 3 for the Bears. That one turnover, probably the difference in the game so far.
It is. Brown Bears made it 7 points, make it 21-14 right there. But, what's interesting is that the Brown Bears, they have 7 different plays with reception. That means Murphy is dishing the ball around the field. He's seeing the field, and he's playing with a lot more confidence than he was last week.
First half stats brought to you by Coca-Cola. Let's send it down to the field. Nick Coit standing by. He had a chance to talk to both coaches coming out of the locker room. Nick, what do you have?
Guys, had a chance to talk with head coach of the Rhode Rams, Jim Fleming, coming out of the tunnel, and upbeat. He was upbeat, guys. I said, okay, what are the keys to the second half, coach? He said, well, we got to get stops on defense. Obviously, the Bears putting up 21 points in the first half. He said execution is key for the offense. He said they're moving solid, but still need to execute a little bit more to get back on the board here. Obviously wasn't happy with the early turnover. That sort of set the tone for the Bears. But, again, upbeat. Feels like his team is doing okay, playing with some emotion, so trying to harness that and hold on to it here going into the second half. Scott, John?
All right, Nick, thank you. Jim Fleming, upbeat, optimistic, despite being down 7 at halftime. And the Bears again won the opening coin toss, deferred their choice to receive the ball to start the third quarter. John, I need to mention as well, a little bit of a family feud going on in the Quidishy household. I've got my son Brown, my son Jack, a senior at Brown University. My daughter Ellie is a sophomore at the University of Rhode Island. Jack is here tonight at the game. I may or may not have seen him with an adult beverage in his hand, and he is of age. And my daughter is holding a party at her house down in Bonnet Shores with a bunch of her fellow Rhody students watching the game. So a little sibling rivalry going on
But
here.
the only thing is that you've got a B on, but you don't have a Rhode Island hat on. So where is that?
I know where my paycheck comes from, John. Rams will kick it away to the Bears to start the second half. Good kick. And it is fair caught at the goal line by Archie. Bears will take over on offense at their own 25-yard line, leading by 7 to start quarter number 3.
We always talk about halftime adjustments, and they are huge in football, and we're going to see which team has made those adjustments, what coaches have, seen what they've seen up in the boxes here, come down, seen the weaknesses on both sides, because this was a very evenly played first half.
Good numbers for James Murphy, the Bears quarterback in the first half. 14 of 17 passing, 139 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He was sacked once by the Rhode Island defense. And on first down, he's going to give it to Childs. And Childs trips up across the 26 to the 27 for a gain of 2.
Brown continues to try to develop that run game right off of the box right here. To pick up only 2 yards, brings up a 2nd and long.
John, the Bears averaging just 1.9 yards per carry against this Rhode Island defense. Murphy fakes the handoff, rolls right, dumps it off, and dropped by Pezza on the far sideline. That was only going to be a gain of a couple anyway. Murphy kind of sailed it a little bit, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Bears. Rams didn't have a lot of success running it either. They averaged 3.3 yards per carry on their 15 attempts for a total of 50 yards. So both defenses doing a good job against the run.
Well, the Brown Bears are 2 for 6 on 3rd down conversion. in the first half, so we'll see what they can do here in the second half.
Bears are 2 for 6 on third down. Murphy back to pass on 3rd and 8, and he is going to be sacked in the backfield. Case Makins brings him down.
Makins does a great job right there of just staying up the field and wrapping up Murphy to bring him down on a big sack. And as you have mentioned in the first half, number 97, Makins, if you watch him right here, his father, New England Patriots, is a great player for the Pats.
Tough offensive lineman. All-pro, real good player. So the Rhode defense holds the Bears to a 3 and out, and on 4th down and 13, Malcolm Flynn will come on to punt it away to Angel Sanchez. Sanchez standing inside his own 40 to receive the punt from Flynn. Sanchez makes the catch, and he is hit immediately, but he spins out of a tackle across the 45, and he is clotheslined down by Pezza as he approaches the 49-yard line. Timeout on the field. Just a minute 20 into the third quarter. The score remains Brown 21, Rhode Island 14.
Being at an Ivy League school, it certainly is more than possible to be both an exceptional student as well as excel in the sport that you choose to pursue.
I get to sit in a classroom with wrestlers who go compete at a national level, hockey players who are making it to championships. To watch them succeed, at a national level, it's pretty incredible.
I don't think I would be where I'm at if I went anywhere else. It's been really fun for me to just challenge myself and make it to those events and perform and show people that Princeton is a good golf school and you can come here and have all your dreams come true.
Very fulfilling, very rewarding. I feel like you're at a world-class level in multiple fields.
All these schools have been around for a while. Just kind of getting to see Ivy League put it on a national stage is just very, very cool to me.
But now I think people are paying a lot more attention to what the Ivy League is capable of and putting some more respect on the league.
There's been a lot of success in the Ivy League, and the Ivy League is going to be on the big stage more and more often, and I'm excited for that.
At FW Web, our stores are more than just supply houses. They're part of the community.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing? Your HVAC training is right down the hall.
No matter the size of your company, we're here keeping jobs moving and communities running.
Take a seat.
Because like you, we don't just work here, we're part of here.
Good to see you, my man.
FW Web, we've got it.
Well, once again this year, the Ivy League is proud to present its Game of the Week on ESPNU, and that game this week is Columbia at Princeton. At halftime, the Lions with a 10-7 lead over the Tigers down in New Jersey. Here, the score is Brown 21, Rhode Island 14. As we are early in the third quarter, Rams with great field position starting this drive at their own 49-yard line. Farrell's going to pass, and he gets hit as he gets rid of the football. It is incomplete. He was looking for Feiner, the tight end, on the far side, but he got hit as he was releasing the football.
Tommy Dunn putting some pressure on him. Coming on that right side, does a great job of getting up the field.
Dunn had 3 sacks in the opener against the Georgetown Hoyas and was named Ivy League Defensive Player of the Week. You see him getting a great push there on Brock Matheo. Second down and 10 for the Rams from their own 49. Farrell looking left, firing left, and it is the tight end Feiner who makes the catch and is run out of bounds at the Brown 46. Pickup of 5.
Scott, you mentioned Columbia Princeton on ESPNU and how important that game is because it's an Ivy League contest, and there's only another one this weekend as well, which is Dartmouth at Penn.
That's
so
right.
Those things matter as these teams attempt to get to an Ivy League championship.
Third down and 5 for the Rams. They are 4 for 7 on third down today. Farrell back to pass, gets rid of it. It is caught by Feiner. First down inside Bears territory, and he stiff arms Archie as he runs out of bounds at the Bears 30-yard line.
in the first half. Feiner was a target of 5. He made 4 catches. He was Farrell's go-to guy there in the first half, and he's come right back at him in this half, going right at him.
So the Rams move the chains. Drive going, 1st and 10, Rhode Island. Take another look at the catch by Feiner, and then the stiff arm here on Archie. That's the move that Gronk used against, I forget who the defensive back was for the Colts. He said, I threw him out the club. False start on the Rams. That'll back them up 5 yards. Thomas Buxton. So it's going to be 1st down and 15 for Rhode Island, backed up to the Brown 35. Farrell takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Littleton, and Littleton takes it ahead for a gain of 1.5 yards. Give him a gain of 2 down to the 33-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down 13.
Littleton, number 4 right there. He has been their go-to. He's had, 9 attempts for 36 yards in that first half, but he has been the workhorse for the URI's run game.
2nd down and 13 for the Rams. They have it at the Bears' 33-yard line. Buchanan motions out wide to the right. Fake the handoff, play action pass, firing down the middle. It is caught inside the 5-yard line, fighting his way to the end zone. Did he get in? Gaines? No indication from the officials yet. Gaines thinks he has a touchdown. The officials have not made an indication. And it's a fumble. Well, take another look at this right here. So Gaines had it. And
he did look. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm not sure. How is that a fumble? Okay. So when he put the ball on the turf, they're going to say he lost control of it and then went out of bounds
in the
as
end
it
zone.
crossed the goal line. And so it is a touchback. I wonder if they're going to review that one or not. Could we take another look at it here for our viewers at home? Let's take a peek. Greg Gaines III makes the catch right here. Oh yeah,
yes.
No question about it. That was a fumble that crossed the goal line, went out of bounds.
Break.
And it's a big break for the Brown defense.
He tried to stretch it with his hand, with his arm right there. Good job by the defense as they tried to strip it from him, and he just lost it. They're going to review it, though, now. They're going to take a review of what it looks like.
They're going to see exactly what we saw, and that is that they made the right call on the field.
It looks like it drops out of his hand at about the half-yard line.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout. 21-14 the score. The Bears up by 7. you take another look at this play, you'll see the catch by Greg Gaines III, but look at Elias Archie coming in late as he kind of punches this one out and forces the fumble, which goes out of bounds for a touchback. Second big defensive play by Archie, who had the interception early on in the first quarter. And the Bears will get it back at their own 20-yard line. Murphy takes the snap, wants to pass on first down, looking right, firing right, has a man. It is Nesbitt. Nesbitt makes the catch out across the 27 to the 28-yard line for a pickup of 8.
You mentioned Archie with 2 big plays, but that was really a heads-up play right there. Just drying into the ball, not giving up on the ball, playing to the whistle. It could have easily just forgot about it, thinking the guy was going to get a touchdown, and did a great job attacking the football.
On 2nd and 2, Murphy's going to pass again, and he's going to dump it off across the middle. Is it intercepted?
That was a tough
Rhode
traffic.
Island says they have it. And James Murphy is saying incomplete. No indication from the officials yet. That was a dangerous play by Murphy. Too much traffic there to shovel that one forward. Incomplete pass is the ruling. It'll be 3rd down and 2. That's where if you're the Bears quarterback, you got to, just eat that one or spike it and throw it away.
Live for the next down.
Yep. So 3rd down and 2 for the Bears from their own 28-yard line. Murphy out of the pistol, takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball off to Jackson Bennett, who's got the first down across the 30 to the 31 and out to the 32-yard line. A 4-yard pickup for Bennett, and that'll move the sticks for Brown.
Nice job of the offensive line right there for Brown. They won the push coming off the ball, and Bennett, number 3, does a nice job of getting up behind the lineman.
1st and 10 for the Bears from their own 32. Rams showing blitz, and I think we may have a false start.
False start. Offense, number 19.
Ty Pezza gets called for the false start. So that'll back the Bears up 5 and make it 1st and 15 from their own 27.
Both teams a little sloppy here starting this 3rd quarter.
We're 4.5 minutes into the 3rd. They're going to go direct snap to Quentin Brown as Murphy was kind of casually walking toward the sideline, trying a little trickery, see if they could catch the Rams defense off guard. Nothing doing.
Nobody was fooled there.
Not at all.
Not at all is right. And A.J. Pena, the captain, number 8, did a great job of staying home.
On the end around, Solomon Miller needs a blocker. He can't get it. And the Ram defense doing a great job of stringing that one out as Trey Lubin comes up to make the tackle. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 14 for the Bears. Bears hurry up to the line of scrimmage once again. Empty backfield, 5 wide. And flags everywhere as they dump it off to Quentin Brown. And Brown puts his shoulder down and hammers Allende Johnson to the turf, but short of the first down marker. Let's see what the call is here.
Those came from the field judges in the back.
Penalty on Rhode Island. Did they get caught with too many men on? Let's take a listen.
Illegal substitution. Defense, more than 11 players on the field.
Yep, they got caught and they run the player off in time. So the Bears will take the free yardage and get the down over.
That's what that hurry-up offense can do to you, that play fast. Brown really went into it, and if you watch, they caught him right here. They were confused. They're trying to get off the field, and they just couldn't get it done.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 instead of 3rd and 14 for the Bears. From their own 33. Murphy with 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. And now he motions Childs out of the backfield as well. Murphy takes the snap, back to pass, 4-man rush. Lots of time for Murphy, rolling to his right. He's got room to run for it, and he will pick up the first down and more. Takes it across midfield, down to the Rhode Island 48-yard line.
The 6'5", 230-pound quarterback from Reading, Massachusetts, does a nice job there as he's in the pocket, good coverage by URI. He breaks the perimeter, and then he tucks the football, and right there, instead of going down on the slide, cuts it to the inside.
Murphy pulls it, keeps it himself, and picks up 5 more on the carry. You know, Murphy's a big guy, tough to bring down. I was saying to James Perry earlier this week on his coach's show, I said, look, he's not exactly Dan Marino, Drew Bledsoe, or Tom Brady in that he's a complete statue back there. He's got a little mobility. He can use his legs to make plays. And we saw it on those last 2 plays.
And at 6'5", 230, that's, you got a little bit of beef right there. That it's hard for a defensive back to take you down.
Now look, he's not Lamar Jackson either, right? But Murphy with a couple of nice plays with his legs there. This time he's going to hand it off, and the ball carrier is Jackson Bennett, who picks up 4. Tackled at the 39-yard line of the Rams to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Good job by Jackson Bennett right there. He's had a couple nice runs today.
The Bears 4 for 9 on 3rd down conversions tonight. Here they have a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 at the Rhode Island 39-yard line.
And I gotta believe you're in 4-down territory here to get that 1 yard.
Play clock down to 10. Murphy out of the pistol. Gives it to Bennett, and he's got the 1st down and more. Takes it to the 35-yard line of the Rams before being stood up by the Rhode Island defense.
Brown Bears running backs are well coached between the tackles. If you know when they get the football, you watch Bennett get the football, he gets up inside that hole very quickly before it can collapse.
Couple of impressive runs there by Jackson Bennett, the junior from Orlando. And the Bears have it 1st and 10 at the Rhode Island 35.
This has been a long drive for the Brown Bears, putting some tiredness onto this URI defense.
Rahman motions to the right. Snap to Murphy, back to pass, fires, has it batted at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete. And he was under pressure from Mitchell Garner on the play as well.
Yeah, Mitchell Garner came in from the backside there on a blitz, and he just took off. I think Murphy will feel it coming as they're going to do a hurry-up offense here.
2nd down 10 for the Bears from Rhode Island 35. Snap to Murphy, fake the handoff, rolling right, looking for Leno's, instead goes deeper and incomplete to Najai Rahman.
Rahman was in tough coverage right there. I think Leno's was really kind of the choice that should have been there when you look at that play develop. Number 86 was below the linebacker right there.
Yeah, he was definitely more open than Rahman was on that play. So now it's 3rd and 10 for the Bears from the 35-yard line of Rhode Island. And at this area of the field, this is likely 2-down territory for Brown. Two receivers to the right, one receiver to the left. Childs is the tailback to the right of Murphy. Back to pass. Murphy steps up, fires across the middle, finds Pezza, and Pezza fighting for the 1st down. He's going to be close to it, and they'll spot him just shy. Needed to gain the 25, and I think it's going to be inches short.
They're going to go for it here, I'm sure.
They're going to go Kodiak and direct snap to Quentin Brown, it would appear.
Great effort there by Ty Pezza, and what a throw by Murphy. Just over the top of Moses Muse. Just get over the top of 53.
Bears will go with the Kodiak package. Rhode Island counters as they bring in their heavy goal line defense. Snap to Quentin Brown. He drives forward. 1st down Bears.
Bears do a great job of executing that Kodiak package. Everybody in the stadium knows who's getting it. Quentin Brown's getting it, number 1. He's been their go-to guy on that package.
And he's such a hard runner. You know, he keeps those legs driving straight forward. But give the guys up front a lot of credit, too, because Rhode Island knew that was coming. They brought in their heavy package, and they still were able to move him off the line and pick up a few yards.
Big 4th down conversion for the Brown Bears.
It is 1st and 10 now for the Bears at the Ram 23. Murphy to pass. Steps up. Fires near side. It is caught by Nesbitt, and Nesbitt out of bounds at the 14. Pickup of 9.
Nesbitt does a nice job there of finding the open space, but if you watch Murphy here, he's under pressure. There's a blitz there. He looks to his check down. He finds Nesmith open in the flat, who stays home, picks up a nice gain. Bring up a second and short, opens up the playbook for Coach James Perry.
It's been a 15-play, 57-yard drive so far for the Bears. They're going to hand it off to Childs, who slips as he tried to cut it upfield at the 15-yard line, and there's a late hit there. That's going to be an automatic first down. A.J. Pena just knocked down a Brown offensive lineman.
A.J. Pena just not sure where he lost the discipline there.
Sam Brackney got pushed down by Pena. That's going to be a 15-yard on sportsmanlike conduct. Now, because it's inside the 30-yard line, it'll be half the distance to the goal.
You know, that's a discipline. You got to stay disciplined in these situations.
The Bears had one in the first half. You remember they third down stop, roughing the passer, and that moved it half the distance to the goal for the Rams.
As tired as you might be out there, because as you had just mentioned, this has been a long drive for the Brown Bears. As you watch here, this play is over, but I think he feels the guy's on him. I don't know. Felt like he was on the top of his back, pushed him.
Murphy rolling right, looking. Now he dumps it off to Solomon Miller into the end zone. Touchdown Bears. What a play by Murphy.
Murphy was patient right there to the outside, did a great job, but Solomon Miller knew where the goal line was when he caught that ball, did a nice spin to the inside to cap off a great drive by the Brown Bears.
A 17-play drive that results in a touchdown pass from James Murphy to Solomon Miller. And the Bears now lead it by 13, trying to make it a 14-point lead here off the foot of Drew Crabtree. Kick on the way, and the kick is good. 4:36 to go here in the third, and the Bears are up by 2 touchdowns on the 8th-ranked Rams. You're watching the Ivy League on ESPN.
We are the change makers, the rebels, the champions. To be a Bear is to possess brains and brawn. To be a Bear is to have an insatiable hunger to win, in sports and in life. We are indomitable, unshakable, and unstoppable. We don't just play the game, we change it. Our style is not for everyone. We buck the status quo, we push the boundaries, we think and play outside the box. We are innovators, trailblazers, and leaders. We take our work seriously with unparalleled focus, unmatched humility, and unequaled joy. We are an uplifting community that empowers self-discovery in a way that makes everyone better. All on a campus that exhibits an inspiring spirit of creativity and collaboration. We are the Brown Bears, ever reaching, ever curious, ever resilient, ever true. Together, we roar.
Hey guys, something I want to talk to you about. There's a change in the air.
2 changes.
2 changes. Isn't that where the dog beds go?
Yeah.
And no matter how perfect things are now, and you don't want them to change,
It'll be fine.
yeah, that's all I'm saying. I told you it'd be fine.
The 3-row luxury TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe.
Largest lead of the night for the Brown Bears. It is 28-14. They lead the 8th-ranked team in the country, the Rhode Rams, in this Governor's Cup matchup here at Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket, home of the Rhode Island Football Club. First ever American football game here at Centerville Bank Stadium. Here is the kickoff by Crabtree. It is a squibber down the middle, picked up by Sanchez across the 20-25, and he's going to be spun down as he crosses the 27-yard line.
That was a special drive by the Brown Bears. I mean, 17 plays, third down conversions along the way there, and they were able to capitalize it with 7 points.
17-play, 80-yard drive, as you mentioned. A couple of third down conversions, a big fourth down conversion as well.
Now, if you're URI and Coach Fleming's team is, you've got to move the chains here. Your defense has been out there for 7 plays. You can't be 3 and out here. That would really put your defense in a tough spot.
Farrell up under center here. And he takes the snap, hands it off on the end around to Barrow. Barrow with some space, and he picks up a nice gainer of 13 on the first down carry out to the 40-yard line.
It's a nice call by URI right there to pull a little reverse there with Barrow coming out to the outside here. Something that showed all day. He's able to pick up a first down. Puts him in good field position here at the 40.
Official stop play. I think they're having a little problem with the chains again, tangled on the far sideline, so an official timeout. As they untangle the chains. And we're set to go. You see the chain gang. 1st and 10, Rhode Island. The Rams have it at their own 40. Farrell fakes the handoff back to pass, fires it left, has Buchanan wide open into Bears territory, spun out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Nice job by Buchanan, number 1 there. The Rhode Island native does a nice job of finding the opening on that far side. Comes back to the football.
That's now 4 catches for Buchanan. I'll make that 5, excuse me, for a total of 28 yards. Here's the handoff to Littleton, and Littleton breaks some tackles, takes it down inside the 33.
As you had mentioned, Littleton's 240 pounds, and he showed it right there. You're not going to arm tackle him. He has been their workhorse, and he just put the motor on and put it in second gear there. Picks up URI another first down.
1st and 10 for the Rams at the Bears 33. Give it to Littleton again, running right, and he bumps into his own guy and picks up 3 before falling down at the 30.
Did hit his own guy right there. If he doesn't, he had some openings there.
He's going to go to the Rams sideline for a breather on this play. They'll bring Brendan Barrow in at tailback. 2 receivers and the tight end Finer line up to the left. On 2nd down, 7 from the Brown 30. Farrell takes the snap, fakes the handoff, back to pass. He's pressured, rolling to his right, and he's just going to get rid of it as he is under duress, hit by Odemegwu. And Farrell thought it might have been a late hit.
Nolan Clark, defensive tackle for Brown, got in there early. Farrell does a nice job of breaking the pocket, and then as a senior and experience, just throws it out of bounds.
So big 3rd down play here for the Rams, 3rd and 7. But again, John, this could be 2-down territory at this spot in the field for Rhode Island. 3rd and 7 at the Brown 30-yard line. 5 receivers, 3 to the left, 2 to the right, and an empty backfield for Devin Farrell, the redshirt junior quarterback for Rhode Island. Farrell takes the snap, back to pass. Has time, now he steps up, wants to run with it. Now he's going to dump it off, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Greg Gaines. It went over his hand, and it fell short of where Marquise Buchanan was. And so now on 4th down, looks like they may try a long field goal here, John. I thought they might go for it. This is going to be a field goal attempt of, let's see, about 48 yards, 47 yards. They'll spot it at the 37-yard line. Garth White's long field goal this season is from 41 yards. This would be a season long. From the right hash mark, angle to the left. Out of the hold of James Allen. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, the kick is on the way, and the kick is no good. It missed wide to the right.
He missed it to the right, but he had the length on it. Good stop by the Brown defense.
You see Dan Mulrooney excited for the stop that his defense just came up with.
And he is excited right there.
That man's got a lot of energy, doesn't he? And his players feed off of him.
He's a new defensive coordinator. As you watch this kick right here, it just goes right. It had the length. Good conditions here. There's no wind really, light wind.
Beautiful night for football. Temperatures now probably in the low 60s, high 50s. It was 66 at kickoff at 7 o'clock. 1st and 10 for Brown. They'll start this drive at their own 30-yard line. Murphy takes the snap. He's going to hand it to Childs on first down. Childs breaks through and picks up 6 on the first down carry.
Good job by Childs there to get his hand down, keep his balance up to pick up those extra 2 or 3 yards. As Brown today has really put themselves in a good position on first down. They've been in second and shorts, not looking at the second and long.
Yeah, it was much different a week ago at Harvard. They were playing from behind the chains on first and second down, put themselves in a lot of third and long situations. That has not been the case tonight for the Bears. 2nd down and 3 from the 37. Murphy pulls it, rolling to his right, firing to Dylan Golden, the tight end. First down catch out to the 45.
Good job by Golden right there to pull that ball in, but it was Murphy really as he rolls out, and he's really been spectacular today with his accuracy. That intermediate pass that Murphy's been making has been tearing up the defense of URI.
First down handoff goes to Childs again, and a nice run of 6 on first down for Childs once again.
What you don't realize is the URI defense was out here for 17 plays on the last drive, and now you continue to move these chains. You're just wearing this defense down.
And the Bears' tempo offense also playing a role here. Childs gets the handoff. Big gainer again. First down to the Ram 38. And if the Bears want this to be, it can be the final play of the quarter. Although at this point, they may not want to give that Ram defense a rest. And now they're backing up into the huddle like this will be the final play of the quarter. There's about a 2-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. So the Bears can just let the final 18 seconds tick off the clock here in quarter number 3. And it appears that they will do just that. Real good third quarter for the Brown Bears in this one, as they scored the only touchdown. And now lead this game 28-14 after 3. Do we have an upset alert here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island? The 8th-ranked team in FCS football, Rhode Island, trails by 2 touchdowns as we head to the 4th. You're watching the Ivy League on ESPN. welcome you back to Senator Bank Stadium in Pawtucket. The Bears with a 14-point lead on Rhode Island. Time for our game track, brought to you by Lexus and Ward. If you take a look at those numbers, John, and they are pretty darn even. That turnover number should say 2. Rhode Island has turned it over twice on an interception and a fumble. The Bears have not turned it over. Those 2 touchdowns, one took a Rhode Island touchdown off of the board, and the other one led to a Brown touchdown. And 14 points is the difference in this football game.
With a lot of football left in the fourth quarter. URI is a resilient team, and there
goes Jackson Bennett down to the 15-yard line.
This URI defense is tired. There's no question about it. 17-play drive early in the third quarter, and now they can't get off the field here.
Yeah, John, you thought maybe that in-between-quarter break might give them a little blow and give them a little energy, but you're right. The runs that they're starting to pick up in between the tackles, Childs and now Jackson Bennett. The Bears look like they have worn this Ram defense down a bit. 1st and 10 from the 15. Again, it is Bennett. And he takes it ahead for 5 more down to the 10.
You know they're worn down when you go right back at the same play in between the 2 guard spots.
2nd down 5 for the Bears from the Rhode Island 10-yard line. Threatening to make this a 3-score game here early in the fourth quarter.
Murphy's making a check play right here.
Takes the snap. This time gives it up the middle to Quentin Brown. Brown fighting forward, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. Made it to the 6, needed to get to the 5. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. That's not the worst thing in the world for the Bears because the clock continues to run.
And that's what they want right here as you're into the fourth quarter. In the red zone right here. 7 points will make it a 3-possession game for URI to have to climb back into. If I'm the Brown Bears right here, I would be working the clock. That 14, 13 seconds, just work it right down.
Murphy takes the snap. He's going to give the ball to Pezza, and Pezza is not going to make it.
That play just did not develop quick enough, really, in that part of the field.
So now what do you do here? On 4th down and a half a yard to go, do you go for the first down or do you take the 3 points to make it a 3-score game? I think you can make a strong case either way. James Perry's going to bring the field goal unit out.
I think you're trying to win for the first time in 6 years. URI is a very good team. They're ranked. They've come back before. I take your 3 points, make it a 3-possession football game.
I think the percentages would tell you that this is the right play, but this is probably the most conservative call Coach Perry's made in his 6 seasons as head coach at Brown. The field goal is up, and it is no good. So this remains a 2-score game, and Rhode Island still has life. We'll take a timeout. 12:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Bears by 14.
We are the change makers, the rebels, the champions. To be a bear is to possess brains and brawn. To be a bear is to have an insatiable hunger to win, in sports and in life. We are indomitable, unshakable, and unstoppable. We don't just play the game, we change it. Our style is not for everyone. We buck the status quo. We push the boundaries. We think and play outside the box. We are innovators, trailblazers, and leaders. We take our work seriously with unparalleled focus, unmatched humility, and unequaled joy. We are an uplifting community that empowers self-discovery in a way that makes everyone better. All on a campus that exhibits an inspiring spirit of creativity and collaboration. We are the Brown Bears, ever reaching, ever curious, ever resilient, ever true. Together, we roar.
Hey girl. Hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Good, thank you. I'm glad I ran into you. I'm looking to switch banks and I know you're with Bakehouse. How do you like it?
Bakehouse has everything I need. I just opened a free checking account. No monthly service fees, no transaction fees. It's great. So is the customer service. Staff members really take the time to understand my personal financial needs. The best part, Bakehouse treats you like family. Isn't that right, Penny?
Looks like I'm switching to Bakehouse Bank.
Take a look at the Brown Band here at Centerville Bank Stadium. The Rhode Rams needed something to change the momentum in this game. Will that missed field goal be what changes it for them? Bears are on the verge of going up 3 scores, and Drew Crabtree, the freshman, misses the first kick of his career. And the Rams will take over at their own 20.
You know, you mentioned it. This is your opportunity. If you're URI, you're down by 2 scores. They've missed points, Brown did. Here's your chance, 12 minutes to go in the football game. You have to do something with this possession to change the momentum of this football game.
5-yard run on first down by Littleton. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for Rhode Island. Bears showing blitz with Gaddis. Here he comes. Farrell back to pass. He's going to run it out to the right, and he's got running room. Takes it across the 30, and he's going to be hit down at the 34-yard line.
Had a flag back at the 14-yard line right there, and it looks like
it's going against the Rams.
It's going to be Littleton, I think, holding Gaddis. And he really didn't have to hold him if you watch the play, because Farrell did a good job of getting outside. Right here, boom. Release him. There's no need to grab him.
He's already by him.
He's already by him. Didn't have to do it. That hurt the URI offense right there.
Bears catch a break there, and for the Rams, it negates a big play by quarterback Devin Farrell.
Now this gives the Brown defense a chance to get off the field here on this series.
2nd down 15 for the Rams, backed up to their own 15-yard line. 5 wide receivers and an empty backfield for Devin Farrell. He takes the snap, back to pass. He fires it underneath, and it is incomplete. A little bit too low and behind Connor Feiner, the tight end.
He's been going to Connor all night. What happened there was he didn't have anywhere to go. It was a good rush by the Brown defense. They were disciplined up their lane, so he couldn't break the pocket. And he tried to find his tight end, but he just couldn't find him.
So the Rams 5 for 9 on 3rd down, but they have a 3rd and 15 here from their own 15-yard line. And this is that situational football we're talking about. The Bears need to know where that first down marker is, the 30-yard line, and make sure they don't let anything get completed past that. Farrell out of the pistol, takes the snap, back to pass on 3rd and 15, fires it, and it is caught by Buchanan, and it's a first down for the Rams.
Farrell goes to the senior Buchanan, the explosive player that URI has, and he finds him in a crucial time when they need to convert on 3rd down, and they get it done. He comes right across the middle here. If you watch him, he keeps his eye right on him, and he gets wide open.
Gain of 21 for Bill Lindsay in coverage there for the Bears, but not before Rhode Island picks up a big first down. Farrell takes the snap, wants to pass again. Looks, fires underneath, finds Buchanan again, and he fumbles the football, and the Bears recover it. 3rd Rhode Island turnover of the game. And the Bears will take over inside Rhode territory at the Ram 46-yard line.
Number 0, Gaddis, is the one who looks like he stripped him right there. Heads up play. 2nd time by defensive backs.
And the 3rd turnover of the game for the Rams. We'll take a break with the score of Brown 28, Rhode Island 14. You're watching the Ivy League on ESPN. 10:29 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Brown Bears have just recovered the third turnover of the game by Rhode Island, and they take over at the Ram 46-yard line, leading by 2 touchdowns. Childs is going to get the handoff up the middle and pick up 2 to the Ram 44.
You know, Scott, while we were at break, you know, I was thinking here as the Sunoco sign came up, you know, when we call our games together up in Boston, we look out at the Citgo sign.
That's right.
Here we are in Rhode Island. We're looking out at the Sunoco sign.
That's right. Different gas station, same type of vibe, if you will.
You got it. But this series is big for the Brown Bears right now on the offensive side. It's only a 2-score game. You're less than 10 minutes. You need to move the chains. Time of possession right now is crucial.
2nd down 8 for the Bears from the Ram 44-yard line. Murphy takes the snap. Childs will get it again, and he's going to bounce it out to the right and spin his way forward to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Bears, who can bring the clock under 9 minutes before they snap the football again.
Big chance here to move the chains if you're the Brown Bears offense and keep wearing down this URI defense. If you're the URI defense right now, you are looking for a stop. Your team is down by 2 touchdowns. You've got to get your offense back out here to try to make something happen.
The Rams are not out of this football game. It's still only a 2-score game. But you're right, John. They could use a stop right here on 3rd and 4. And Murphy fakes the handoff, and he is going to stumble down at the 41 for a loss of a yard. And on 4th down, the Bears are going to have to bring their punting unit onto the field. They'll try to pin the Rams deep, you would think. No movement by James Perry yet to go to his punt team.
Is he going to try to draw him off sides?
He may bring this one right down to 1 second and then call a timeout. All right, now he's telling them to go out with 21 seconds on the play clock.
Field position is everything here. This is an important punt if you're the Brown Bears special teams right here.
Malcolm Flynn will kick it deep to Angel Sanchez. High spiraling punt. This one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. 8:08 to go here in the fourth quarter. And the score remains Brown 28, Rhode Island 14. You're watching the Ivy League on ESPN. Time for our drive of the game, brought to you by Lexus of Warwick. And for the Bears, it was their lone touchdown drive in the third quarter. An impressive 17-play, 80-yard touchdown drive took 7 minutes, 11 seconds off the clock, and it ended up with this touchdown pass from James Murphy to Solomon Miller to put the Bears up 14. And here, Rhode Island will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Farrell with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Purdue creeps up to the line of scrimmage. Now he backs off in coverage. Farrell back to pass. Dumps it off underneath to Littleton. Littleton spins forward, and he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Good tackle made there by the Bears' Miles Brophy. I tell you, Littleton is tough.
Initial hit by Sam Smith just kind of slows him down a little bit.
Sam Smith's had a real nice start to his senior career, hasn't he?
Yes.
Farrell pressure, dumps it off to Littleton, and he's going to scoot forward for a 1st down and more. Out to the 40, to the 41-yard line.
Good pressure by the Brown defense there, but Farrell does a great job of taking the pressure on.
And John, of note, Marquise Buchanan starting the 4th quarter on the bench. Not sure if he is nursing some type of injury, but you would think one of the leading receivers in all of FCS football would be on the field with his team down 14 and 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Snap to Farrell, back to pass on 1st down, dumps it off underneath to Barron, and Barron does a nice job of driving forward for a gain of 5.
Farrell does a great job right. That's a nice pass to his back. That's the 2nd time he's going to his backs out of the backfield. Good coverage downfield by the Brown defensive back, so he's just doing his check down.
2nd down 5 for the Rams. They hurry up to the line, get the snap off. Farrell back to pass, looking, firing middle, has a man complete into Bears territory. Gaines makes the catch, spun down at the 36-yard line. And Rhode on the move.
URI looks like a fine machine right now as Farrell is showing his leadership.
First and 10 for the Rams at the Brown 36. Farrell the pass again. He's got time. He airs it out down the right side. Incomplete. Archie was there in coverage. Pass intended for Abora Quartan.
Good job by Archie right there. But Farrell just threw it away there. He knew it was good coverage downfield.
Clock stops on the incomplete pass with 6:05 to go in the 4th.
We're watching URI with a hurry-up type of offense because they realize they need to get the football back. They're down 2 scores here, and the clock can become your enemy in this situation.
Still no Marquise Buchanan on the field for the Ram offense. 2nd and 10, Rhode Island at the Brown 36. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver in the tight end to the left. Farrell back to pass, looking, firing underneath, has a man, bobbled and caught by Quartang, and he's got another 1st down.
URI is rolling right now. They've found a little bit of magic here as they're moving the football.
They have it 1st and 10 at the Brown 25-yard line. Clock continues to run. Rhode Island does have all 3 of its timeouts remaining. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Bears showing blitz. They back out of it. Farrell back to pass, looking, firing to the end zone, and it is caught on the sideline by Feiner. Keeps both feet in bounds.
Feiner does a great job there, textbook. Nice throw by Farrell to the outside, and at the 3-yard line, as you watch this, Feiner just does a nice job of coming back out, keeps both toes.
Now,
they're going to review it.
They're going to review it because when he hit the turf, did he have possession of it? He did a great job of keeping both of those feet in bounds. When he came down out of bounds on the sideline, tough to see if that ball popped loose or not. So they're going to take a look at this on review. Take another look at it right here. There's the catch. Now, does he possess it through the ground? I think he does. I think that's a good catch. That should not take long for Justin Ackley and his crew to review. If the call stands, and we believe it will, it'll be 1st and goal to go for the Rams at the Brown 3-yard line. Down by 14, they needed a touchdown drive and preferably a quick one And right now, they are mounting what appears to be exactly that.
With 5:14 to go here, this is a big possession for them.
Take another look at it one more time, and you see the catch by Feiner. Ooh, now look at the right toe. Was the right toe on the sideline? Look at the right toe, John. Okay, they say the right toe was indeed in bounds. So it is a good catch by Feiner. The redshirt senior from Newport Richey, Florida, having himself a nice evening here tonight. First and goal to go for the Rams. They have it at the Brown 3-yard line with 5:14 to go in the fourth quarter, trailing the Bears by 14. I would imagine Littleton could get a crack at it here.
I would think so, number
or
4.
Maybe Farrell pulls it and keeps it himself. They give it to Littleton, and he's tripped up inside the 3, down to the 2.
You know, this is an important with time of possession right now. That stop is big because the clock is ticking, but they're going quick here, URI. They need to preserve the clock.
Rams right back up to the line. Snap again. Hand off to Littleton again, and the Bears stop him again.
Now that clock continues to tick right here, so this is huge for this Brown Bear defense. Gaddis is limping off, number 0.
Clark pulled him back. And no gain on the play for Littleton. It's third down goal to go from the 2. Again, I thought Farrell might fake the handoff to Littleton and try to pull it. Now they're going to go with an I formation in the backfield. Winowich, the tailback, fake the handoff to him. Farrell's going to pass it for a touchdown. Out to the right side, Matt Smith, the tight end, makes the catch. Nice. He was the lead back in the I that just leaked out into the right flat, and the Rams get the touchdown they need.
Nice call by URI right there. You are right. They line up, you're thinking it's going to be run. 81 does a nice job of biting and getting out into the flat for a touchdown. You watch him right in the flat, wide open.
And so now the point after to make it a 7-point game. White's kick is up. It is good. And with 4:11 to play, it is now Brown 28 and Rhode Island 21.
We have ourselves a football game, no question about it. Both teams have 3 timeouts, and there is plenty of time left. We're going to see what's going to happen here because this is a big, big possession for James Murphy and the Brown offense to be able to work the clock, see if they can keep this defense on the field, and move down the field, see if they can put some points on.
John, if the Bears want to upset the 10th ranked team in the country, 8th in another poll, they're going to need to possess the football here and possibly score some points on this drive. If they can't and they have to punt it back to the Rhode Island, the Rams will have a chance to tie or possibly take the lead and win this game. Go back to that missed field goal. It was a chip shot field goal that the Bears missed to go up by 3 scores earlier this quarter. Will that come back to haunt them?
Most important thing right now is they got to stay patient when they get the football and move the chains.
The kickoff by Garth White. Childs calls for the fair catch, and he makes it at the goal line. Bears offense will set up shop at the 25-yard line with 4:11 to go, leading by only 7. 28-21.
If you're the Brown Bears right now, you don't have to panic. You have the lead. So when you have the lead, you have to learn to be a winner. You have to play from the lead. And all you've got to do here is execute your plays, move the chains, and let that clock slowly wind itself down. Try to rush, thinking you're playing from behind, give this ball up too early.
Well, the interesting dichotomy is the Bears had their most success moving the ball in the second half with the hurry-up offense. They were really wearing down that Ram defense. But to your point, John, you're up by 7. You want to run the ball and chew the clock. But they only pick up 1 on the first down carry by Childs.
Execution is everything for the Brown Bear offense here. And if you're on the URI side, the defense, they need to make a stop, get their offense back out on the field. It had a great drive last time Farrell orchestrated a great touchdown drive.
That last touchdown drive by the Rams, 10 plays and 80 yards. Second down 9 for the Bears from their own 26. Murphy's going to work that play clock down under 5. And he takes the snap, rolling to his right, looking to pass, firing, has a man, Pezza, it's caught, first down Bears, and Pezza is flung out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Big first down right there, not only to keep this drive alive, but for field position.
No doubt about it. Now, the unfortunate part for Pezza and the Bears was he was pushed out of bounds, so that stops the clock with under 5 minutes to play. Actually, no, it's under 2 minutes, I believe it is. So the clock continues to run. Pardon me. That's a new rule change in college football. It used to be any first down, stop the clock to move the chains, but out of bounds, it has to be under 2 minutes to stop the clock. So that first down will allow the Bears to chew more clock. Now, Rhode Island, again, has all 3 of its timeouts remaining. They're probably going to start using them after this first down play. Fake the handoff to Childs. Murphy. He's going to run for a few yards and take it ahead across the 50 to the 49-yard line of the Rams, and a timeout called by Jim Fleming with 2:35 to go.
That was a smart play right there by James Murphy to hold that football, not force it on first down, and run. Picks up a second down now, and you're second down and 4. You're in a great field position.
So now you got to believe the Rams just used their first timeout. If they stop the Bears short on second down, they'll use another one. But another Brown first down could really ice this one for the Bears.
Yes, it could. No question about it. But you got to remember, they just got to execute here. And if you're URI, you're trying to create a turnover. They're going to be coming at them. You're going to be trying to strip the football. You got to get the football back. Yep. You can't play base up. So you got to protect the football. Childs is out there, number 2. Murphy. Got to protect the football here.
Grace Arnoley in the center of your screen from the Brown women's basketball team. Second down 4, make it 5 for the Bears from the 49-yard line of Rhode Island. They're going to give it up the middle to Childs, and Childs bounces his way forward for 2 to 3 more. And a timeout call by Jim Fleming, his second, with 2.5 to play.
Well, there's his second. He's got 1 left, so he knows how important it is at 2:30 to get the football back. But if you're the Brown Bears, you're 3rd and 3 right here. This really can ice the football game, for you. Not going to win it, but can put you in a very comfortable position.
Well, if they pick up a first down here, this one's pretty much over with. Rhode Island will still have a timeout and the 2-minute timeout, so you're right. It can't completely run the clock down to zeros, but they'll put themselves in great position if they can pick up a first down here. If they don't, Rhode Island would conceivably use their final timeout and get the ball kicked to them.
And have 2 minutes, which is a lot of time.
3rd down and 3. The Bears have it at the Rams 47. Pezza motions from left to right. The snap to Murphy, the give to Childs, up the middle, and he is not going to get it. He picks up a yard to the 46-yard line. And the Rams are going to let this run down to the 2-minute timeout. They want to keep that final timeout in their pocket.
Now the Brown Bears are keeping their offense out there. They're going to try to draw them off sides when we come back from the 2-minute warning.
When they come back from the 2-minute warning, they're going to probably put their punting unit out there. Timeout with 2 minutes to go in this one. The Bears trying to hang on to a 7-point lead. You're watching the Ivy League on ESPN. Malcolm Flynn and the Brown punting unit onto the field to kick the ball deep to Angel Sanchez and the Rams with 2 minutes to go, and the Bears up 28-21. Good snap. Flynn gets his leg into it. End over end punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 10 by Sanchez. So the Rams 90 yards away from potentially tying this game up with 1:55 to go. They have one timeout remaining. But keep in mind, in college football, anytime you pick up a first down, the clock stops momentarily to move the chains. Once they're set, they start the clock. And anytime you go out of bounds with under 2 minutes to play, the clock stops and is not restarted. So, as James Perry would tell you, 1:55 is plenty of time when you're down by 7.
Plenty of time. The Brown defense, you got a good test for you here. Really what it is.
John Marquise Buchanan back on the field for the Rams. He was not on the field during that last touchdown drive. And on 1st and 10, they fire it near side to Feiner, the tight end. He's run out of bounds after a catch of 7 out to the 17-yard line. 4 seconds come off the clock, 1:51 to go. 2nd down 3 for the Rams.
The Rams have been in this position before as a team.
Farrell operates out of the pistol. Takes the snap, back to pass on 2nd and 3. Looks right, fires right. Buchanan makes the first down catch, and he is going to be spun down as he approaches the 34-yard line. And that'll stop the clock with 1:42 to go, and a penalty marker comes down. And is this on Brown? Uh-oh. That is not what the Bears want. You don't want to add 15 to the end of a play. It looked like John Starman was in the middle of that.
I think it might be on URI.
Oh, they're backing up. Buchanan just tossed the ball. Let's see.
Yep, he doesn't look happy.
Personal foul. Offense, number 1. 15-yard penalty.
Wow. Marquise Buchanan with a 15-yard penalty. Personal foul. Let's take another look at it right here. Yeah. Buchanan hit Michael Reddick in the face.
That hurts.
They'll start the clock when the ball is set with 1:42 to go, and here it is. So now it's going to be 1st down and 20. Snap to Farrell. He dumps it off underneath, and it is caught by Feiner. I think that was incomplete. Yep. The back judge comes in and says it hit the turf.
It's actually 1st and 10 because it was from the spot of the ball. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Okay, the down marker was 10 yards back on that last snap.
But it's 2nd and 10.
Yep, now it is 2nd and 10. Rams with the ball on their own 19-yard line with 1:29 to go and 1 timeout remaining, trailing Brown by 7. Farrell out of the gun, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap, back to pass. Steps up. He's going to run for it. And he's going to run out of bounds on the Rhode Island sideline. Elias Archie knocks him out. That'll stop the clock with 1:20 to go. But Farrell picks up the 1st down for the Rams.
Farrell did what he had to do. Good coverage downfield by the Bears. He breaks containment right there. You could hear the pop up here as he lowers his shoulder and picks up that 1st down.
1:20 to go. 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 31. Farrell with 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. He takes the snap, back to pass. Looks, fires deep down the middle, and it is incomplete. He was looking for Greg Gaines, but Gaines well covered on the play.
3 players all around him. Sam Smith, if you watch Farrell look downfield here, he throws it into coverage. There's Smith right there. If he ever turned his head, he might have had an interception.
Clock stops with 1:16 to go. 2nd down and 10 for Rhode Island from their own 31. Farrell now with trips, 3 receivers to the near side left and 1 to the far side right. He takes the snap, looks left, fires left, has a man, caught, and out across the 49 to the 50-yard line goes Kwarteng for a Ram 1st down.
Plenty of time left on this clock as URI hurries up here as the clock stops and begins to tick.
We approach a minute to play in the fourth. 1st and 10 for the Rams from midfield. Farrell backs up into the pistol, takes the snap, back to pass, blitzes on, gets rid of it, incomplete. He threw it just behind Kwarteng, but it did hit him off the hands.
Did, but his momentum was carrying him and he couldn't grasp it to pull it over. That's a very hard catch for a wide receiver. If he catches that, though, he was wide open field ahead of him.
2nd down and 10. The clock stops on the incompletion with 53 seconds to go.
If you're the Brown Bear defense, you just don't want to let up the explosive play here.
Purdue showing blitz. Now he backs out of it. Farrell takes the snap, back to pass. He's pressured, so he rolls to his right. He's going to heave it downfield, and it is incomplete. Kwarteng covered closely by Cap Davis. No penalty marker down. The Ram fans wanted one.
Cap Davis did a great job. He used the boundary to his advantage right there. Turned his head, had his shoulder on him on the inside. Watch his coverage right here. He uses the boundary right there, has his arm. Great coverage.
3rd down and 10 for the Rams from the 50. 2 receivers in the tight end to the right, 1 receiver gains to the left. On 3rd and 10, Farrell takes the snap, back to pass, blitzes on, gets rid of it down the middle. It is intercepted! Picked off on the play, and the Bears are going to win it. Miles Brophy with the game-sealing INT.
Brophy sat back there at the safety position. He read it like an eagle, and he broke on the ball right on Buchanan. If you watch him, he sits back, and as soon as he sees it, he breaks on the football, makes a great catch, and then a heads-up play as the Brown Bears are set to upset the URI Rams.
For the first time since 2017, the Bears will bring the Governor's Cup back to Providence.
You know how much this win means. Just look at the coaches hugging each other on the sidelines. Coach Perry, all the coaches, emotional win here.
John, the last time the Brown Bears defeated a ranked team was 2009 when they defeated then 19th ranked Holy Cross 34-31. The last time they beat a top 10 team was against the University of Rhode Island at Meade Stadium in 1981 when the Rams, who were ranked 10th at the time, were beaten by the Bears.
And it was the defense that came up big today with some big turnovers.
The final seconds tick off the clock, and the Brown Bears have won the Governor's Cup. They have knocked off the 10th-ranked Rhode Rams 28-21 here at Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket.
The Governor's Cup comes 95 north to Brown University. It's been at URI for 6 years. A major upset here at Centerville Bank Stadium.
The two teams congratulate one another at midfield as the Bears celebrate their first win over Rhode Island since 2017. They beat the Rams that evening at Brown Stadium on a night when I believe then freshman running back Darius Days had 3 touchdown runs. The Bears scored 21 points in the 3rd quarter of that game. It has been a series dominated in recent years by Rhode Island. The Rams came in ranked 8th in one poll, 10th in another, and the Bears pull off the upset. And in a moment, Governor Dan McKee, the 76th governor of the state of Rhode Island, will present the Governor's Cup to the Brown Bears. And you can see it right there. The Bears huddled up around the governor.
This win means a lot to this Brown football team as they move forward into their season.
And they hoist the cup.
Been a long time coming for the Brown Bears to hoist that cup, and they well deserved today.
Well, John, the story in this game, the 4 turnovers. The Brown defense forcing 4 turnovers. Brown did not turn the ball over once.
That was the difference.
And the game-sealing interception by Miles Brophy will bring that piece of hardware right there back to the Brown football offices in the Olney Margolis Athletic Center on Hope Street here in Providence, Rhode Island.
And those turnovers were created by that defense. When you look at those turnovers, all aggressive play by the defense.
As they sing the Brown fight song. Take a listen. That's pretty good stuff right there, folks. In a moment, Nick Coit will be standing by with the head coach of the Bears, James Perry, and our player of the game. As the Bears win it 28-21 on an historic night here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, the first ever American football game played at this brand new, beautiful facility known as Centerville Bank Stadium, home of Rhode Island FC.
This was a great football game to watch.
It certainly was. Exciting from the get-go, wasn't it? You had that early interception by Archie that the Bears turned into 7. Then it was a back-and-forth affair in the first quarter. 7-point game at halftime. The Bears scored the only touchdown of the third to go up 14. And here is the official presentation of the Cup from Governor Dan McKee.
I think they're taking a picture here. Hang on.
Happy bunch of Brown Bears.
Mike's on. Awesome. Fellas, they're taking the picture. These guys are excited. They could not wait to get their hands on the Governor's Cup. Obviously, Rhode winning the last 6, so the Bears break the streak. They hold on to win 28-21. You're seeing the picture right now of the team getting in there and taking a picture with the Governor's Cup. It's headed back to the east side of Providence. The Brown Bears defeating the Rhode Rams. A lot of emotion from the coaches, a lot of emotion from the team. Tremendous night, obviously, for the Brown Bears and this football program. And winning the first American football game here at Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket. You see getting right in the middle of it is Dan Mulrooney, obviously the new defensive coordinator this season. Defense a huge part of this victory tonight. The late interception seals the victory for the Bears. Let's see if we can bring in head coach James Perry. Coach, we're on the air here. Congratulations, well done. Just tell us what this means to bring the Governor's Cup back to the east side.
Oh, and the way we did it, you know, we're a great team, super well coached. They deserve to be a top 10 team. They are a top 10 team, and our guys just fought so hard. Super proud of them. And just the way we finished, even at the very end, that defense, our defense, was on the field a long time, but they just believed in what we were doing, believed in that they could get it done, and that was a great way to finish the game.
Just when you see the emotion on the faces of the players, you know, obviously you play a game every week, and every game means something, but to get the Governor's Cup and to win here at this stadium tonight, too, just what does it mean to have that pride?
Yeah, it really, you know, as a Brown Bear myself, there are moments like this I really, really treasure. Like these dudes, they're tough, they work hard. I mean, heck, they were in school this morning, right? And they come out here and they just put it all on the line, and I'm really happy for them. Very happy.
And to win an American football game here at this stadium, just what'd you think of the atmosphere tonight?
They were very hospitable, thanks to Brett and his whole team. Just a fabulous place to play a game, and like I said, we really appreciate it. They were very hospitable.
James, congratulations. Well done on the victory. Let's bring in James Murphy, the quarterback.
Sir.
James, you got your hands on the Governor's Cup. You guys couldn't wait to get your hands on that trophy. What was it like to lift that up?
Oh, it was incredible. First time, and I think I was looking at the State House the other day since 2017. So it's a really, really good feeling to have it back at Brown, and it's about time. It's about time.
The way that you were able to put together drives tonight, sustained drives, long drives, a lot of guys involved. Just how much is that the work that you put in this offseason and the first couple of games of the season, too?
I mean, like you said, I think it was so evident. You could see that the URI guys were getting tired while we were just getting going. We said it all week long. It's if you can get the drive started, they're going to crumble. And they did. So Coach Perry was speaking the truth, so it was really good to see it come to fruition tonight.
And what do you think about playing in this stadium here tonight? Obviously a new venue, first time American football was played here.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. I was fortunate to meet Brett the other day, and he built such an amazing stadium, so we're so grateful to be able to play here, and we'll be here next year too, so look to run it back.
James, congratulations. Well done.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Scott, John?
Thank you
Awesome.
very much. A very happy James Perry and James Murphy as the Bears take the cup back home to Providence. And it is time right now for our play of the game. And our play of the game is presented to you by Bay Coast Bank. And what else are we going to pick? How about the game-sealing interception right there by Miles Brophy? That sealed the deal for the Bears, ending any threat the Rhode Island Rams would have at the end of the game. Miles Brophy offers the Bay Coast Bank play of the game. And that'll do it for our broadcast of Brown University football. A special night here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island sees the Bears beat the 10th-ranked Rhody Rams 28-21 to win the Governor's Cup. And for our producers and directors, Christopher Adams, Becky Schonecker, Ryan Knapp, my broadcast partner, John Anderson, Nick Hoyt, and our entire ESPN crew, my name is Scott Cardisci saying thanks for joining us. You've been watching the Ivy League on ESPN.